Good morning, everyone. I'm Bondar JR, also known as the Silver Wolf, also simply known most days as Ron. We're here to stream some EVE Online. Appreciate you guys being here. Jerry Can's here. Legomaniax, Scimitar, appreciate you guys. Without further ado, let's get over here. This is Falstaff. I'm actually working on the other screen and doing a little bit of low sec, so I'm going to keep that hidden for a minute, but don't want anybody stream sniping me. Trust you guys. It's everybody else I got to worry about. Picking up some PI from my low sec stuff, so yeah, most of you already know where that is, so no, it's not a big deal, but so yeah, I got my dailies for these two guys. So Rage is building the last set of items that he needs for the Orca. I got to go pick up some more minerals for the Orca because unfortunately I can't get the Orca without the minerals. So we'll do that here with Falstaff in just a minute. I just want to get this PI out of low sec before. There's a lot of people in this low sec system, so I am doing it super quick. Jump to the customs office, pick it up, jump out. Unfortunately, I got to make like 12 trips, so because I've let it go too long. But yeah, what else is new, right? But yeah, so we will have the Orca done for you here in just a little bit. I'm hoping to put the other items in today. And so we might even have it done. I'm pretty sure it'll probably take 4, 5, 6 days to build. I got to look at what the actual time frame is, because for the life of me, I don't remember. But yeah, so there is that. So all right, let's warp to the customs office. Access the customs office. I have like a ton of oxygen. Really a ton of oxygen. I have a temperate planet. I could probably start building some stuff there. Didn't even think about that, but yeah. Maybe that's what we start doing. Right now I'm just trying to get it out. Way too many people in this system. So, but yes, I did get my dailies for the other ones. And jump. So yeah, I did get my dailies for this guy and Rage. I'm gonna do the dailies for Falstaff and Kragan. We'll get Kragan back on once we get this guy done. Like I said, I'm not showing you this guy. So this is Jacob. He's the one that has the items in low sec, the PI and low sec. He generates more PI than all my others combined. So a lot to be said for that. So and so yeah, we'll probably get this hauled back too as well, but what else? So yeah, so we'll be looking at that. So yeah, we'll be once the Orc is done, we'll pull whatever the price is out of Jita, and I'll sell it to you for half of that, Scimitar. So, which honestly, I think I'm still making a profit, to be perfectly honest. I think I'm still making a profit. I haven't really figured in all the import-export taxes for the damn PI, so maybe not with all that, but even then, still seems like it's still a pretty good deal for both of us. So we may end up doing it again for somebody else. So but yeah, so yeah, like I said, I just got to look at it to see how long it takes to how long it's going to take to build. Once I still got parts that need to be done. And that's where I need some minerals. So yeah, so we got a few of these. Those are being built right now. We got these two that still needed. Or actually, I think these are, I don't remember some of these. But I think I have the PI for all but one of them. And that's working on now. So in 4 hours, that'll be done. And looks like it's going to be 9 days to build it. So yeah. So no worries. So yeah, 9 days. So we got quite a bit more time. But it'll be good to get it in. And we can start working on the other stuff. All right. So there's the customs office. Let's pull that guy. Got it. Every time I hear a sound, I'm panicking. Oh, didn't I pull that? Yeah, I got it. Just didn't refresh. Hate when it does that. Wait for the warp to stop. Alright. Somebody's out there flying around. I see him flying around. So yeah, it should be on my last trip. Or I think I have one more trip, but so this trip and one more. So but yeah, it looks like it's gonna be 9 days to build the Orca. So kind of disappointing, but that's okay. Not unusual. Alright, warp stopped. Okay. Hold is full. Jump. Jump, 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 jump. Alright, so that should take care of it. So yeah, one more. But yeah, that should work out pretty good, like I said. Unfortunately, it's 9 days. But yeah, these ones I think are being built now. Capital Computer Systems. Yep, Capital Computer Systems are being built now. I've got some more of these to build and these two. So, yep. So we should be good. And if I type in here capital. So we've got the cargo base. So we've got 12, so we need 23 more cargo bays. So I need minerals for those. A lot of minerals for those. And then the sensor cluster is the other one. And that's the one that has the broadcast nodes. And the ship maintenance bay. And the ship maintenance bay, actually, Hold on one second. Finance contracts. I have a contract. Why it's not telling me I have a contract is beyond me. Oh, didn't want to close that. I need to keep an eye on Jacob here because he's flying around and I can't afford to get him killed in low sec. But let's go here. If we throw this guy in resources, boom. Alright. Since I closed this, got to start over. Orca. Capital. Alright. So yeah, those I just need minerals for. This one, I have those, but I also need minerals. So yeah, so I've got to add up all these minerals. We'll do that in just a second. And then I'm going to go pick those up. I'm just going to do this last run here. That's weird. Oh, because I already transferred it. That's why. But yeah, so it looks like 9 days. The avalanche will actually, I think the avalanche is less than a day. In fact, I didn't check that, but. Which that's kind of paled in comparison to everything else I got going on. I told you guys yesterday I don't have an ice planet, but it turns out I do have an ice planet in low sec. But I'm just pulling biomass from it, so not really using it to its fullest potential. But yeah. So yeah, we'll go pick up those minerals today, and we'll get those things started. And wait for, like I said, 4 hours, the nodes will be done. And when the nodes are done, we're good to go. I think I'm going to actually build a few extras, because I might build another one, just for kicks. Just for kicks. Just for kicks. So that way if somebody else wants the same deal that's a viewer in my stream, I will provide it. Like I said, I'm pretty sure I'm still making money. Probably not a lot, but that means they're way overpriced. Way overpriced. Which was not surprising. So, all right. We can actually switch here now since I'm out of my low sec threshold. But yeah, so we're running around here. I got all my PI out of low sec. I'm going to contract it all over to Falstaff so he can pick it up. Bring it back to Vanillin. But yeah, what I may have to start doing is I may have to start setting up some building on I have a temperate planet in low sec, and I could start doing some building there. I built one about a year or so ago. It cost me almost as much to build as market price. Really? Yeah, see, I'm not anywhere close to that. Now I mine all the minerals myself, and now I do still have a lot of minerals to buy, so there is a possibility that I'm not correct there, but let's see. All right, so here's our PI, and we're gonna send all of this. What else do we got? Okay. Nothing really enlightening. Yeah, we'll just send this stuff to them. Create a contract. All right. Now I'm going to go ahead and log him off. We're going to bring on Kragan. We'll have to move Jacob back to the other one, but contract, accept, yes. Get that taken care of. Why can't I see the... There it is. Yeah. All right, so let's see what we need. So capital cargo bay. Oof. So let's do Knox first. The margins on ships aren't that great from what I've seen. Actually, I build my prorater for half what I sell it for double what I build it for. A little over double. And like I said, it looks like in the case of this one, the work is about the same. I could actually sell it. Yeah, I would make way more than double. So, but like I said, I mine a lot of the minerals, so I'm not buying those. And, you know, you add those in, that, you know, that makes a difference. So, all right, so let's add these up. So where's my calculator? There's my calculator. Praise God. All right. So let's bring my calculator. You know what? Here's what we're going to do. We're going to do it right here. Since there is a calculator in the game, and everybody always tells me, hey, why don't you use the calculator in the game? Because then that would make sense. Who wants to do that? All right. So capital cargo bay. I need 23, right? Yeah, so I'm gonna have to build all three of these. So let's just figure out all three. So 12,150 times 3. 12,150. This is why I don't use it. Times 3 equals. Where's the equal sign? Equals. All right. Memory 1. Set. All right. And if we want to do the other one, so 6156 6156 times 3 equals memory 2. So this is actually a pretty good one. And 3078. 3078 times 3 equals set. All right. Bingo bongo. So that's those three. Capital sensor. 4050. 4050. Is that right? Yeah, 4050. Now, how's this work? Add. Oh, that's weird. I should have probably checked it ahead of time to make sure that actually worked. 2052. So right now it's 18. 2052. Add. Oop, whoop, whoop. That's bad. Crap. Guess you actually have to do something there. So we got to figure out the Zidrine again. 6156. All right. Clear, clear, clear. 6156 times 3 equals set. All right. And 2052. 2052. Add 2052. There you go. It's really weird. It always seems to put it. It just doesn't seem right. Six, 1 times equals plus 2052 equals, yep, comes right out. That's really weird. That's really weird how that worked out. Okay, so then we'll add in the mega site 1026. Okay, clear. 1026. Add. Same thing. Man, that's weird. All right. 40. So here we got 9,450. Clear. 9450. Add. Okay. Clear. 4725. 25. Add. Clear. 2363. 2363. Add. All right, cool. So that should give us what we need. That's what we need. And that doesn't take into account what I already have, so I'll just buy the extra. So let's go get that. All right, so let's save that. All right. Now we're going to get in the cryos because the cryos is actually going to do us better. The problem is finding it. There it is. Board. Oh, you guys are not even watching. I did all that adding and you guys weren't watching. Well, that frickin' sucks. Sorry about that. All right, let's undock. We're going to head to Jita. But we're going to stop in. I always do that. Always do that. Every single time. We're going to make a stop in Hogamo. We're going to pick up a load of titanium. And we'll sell it. I'm sorry, the new guy is back on and I'm trying to help. No worries, you're good, Scimitar. Don't worry about that. I was looking at the wrong screen and talking you guys through it and wasn't paying attention. So what do we got? We actually got 50 LP, so we're going to do that one when we get head over there. We also got mining and 3 jumps, so I'll get the 3 jumps here. I did watch the rest of yesterday's stream when I got up. Appreciate that. That one was kind of mind-numbing because of all the PI, so I apologize about that. PI is a necessary evil, but I enjoy it because I enjoy the number crunching. But yeah, it's probably not something that's fun to watch on stream. So no, I don't want to jump there. I want to go to my refinery. So let's dock here. We're going to pick up a load.
Drive active.
We're going to pick up a load. Need a coffee refill. Yeah, I'm working on that. Yesterday I went through a whole pot like before we were halfway through the stream. So I've been trying to pace myself today. But yes, that probably would help. I got my breakfast done early. Like I said, we'll actually log on to Rage so you guys can see the setup I got over there. But yeah, Rage is building. He's building stuff pretty quick. And I think I'm just going to go ahead and build some extras so that way if I do want to build another Orca, I already have it. So, alright, let's throw this in here. May as well throw some in here too, just for kicks. Yesterday in Cheetah, they were buying Trit at top dollar, way above market value. Must have hit the bathroom. Yeah, I did hit the bathroom several extra times. And in fact, all the way up till I went to bed. It was kind of sickening how it I drank it in a course of 2 hours, but stretched it out over the course of 12 or 13. So yeah, it was kind of ironic. So, but it was started pouring down rain here yesterday around midnight, and it poured down rain until just about a half hour, 45 minutes ago. And now it's kind of clearing up. A lot of clouds, but it's kind of clearing up. I can see blue sky, which is kind of nice, but that's part of the rainy season, so not a big surprise there. But yeah, we're gonna go pick these guys up. And so we've got our numbers here. We need 50,000 Nox, 25,000 Zidrine, and 12,000, yeah, almost 13,000 Megasite. Drive active. Which I'm not sure what that's going to cost me, but. I don't think this Trit's going to cover it, but it'll keep it from being too horribly expensive. So there's my 3 jumps, which is always easy to do when I'm picking up stuff. Drive active. I probably need to restart my PI now that I think about it. Still building superconductors. I probably need to change those over. Though actually, I do need the superconductors for the gel. Yeah, he's got his all restarted, so. This Cryos does not fly as fast as my Pro Raider. That's the one big problem with it. Hauls a heck of a lot of ore, though. Or, excuse me, heck of a lot of minerals. So, well. Hey, did you hear me? She's had everything. She's been fed. She's been... She pooped. And she pooped? Okay, cool. Okay, you want to say hi? The wife waved. You guys didn't see it, but she did wave. Here's Abigail. What are you doing, baby girl? You want to say hi? You want to say hi? Come here. Come here. Come here. Come. Say hi. Want to say hi? Say hi, everybody. I got medicine all over my face. Yes, and on my paws. because I don't like taking the medicine, because the new medicine I have is very, very not very tasty. Not very tasty. The old medicine we took without a problem. The new medicine, because we actually used up a whole bottle of the antibiotic. And ironically, didn't have the old one, and they said this one's better. But this one, she definitely doesn't like the taste of. She fights me tooth and nail trying to get it down. And of course, she's got to take like 3 milliliters. 3 milliliters? 3 milliliters, yeah. So, yeah. Which is like a large amount. So. But hopefully we're almost done with it. I think this is the last week. So maybe the end is in sight. Her numbers have really improved drastically, so that's been good. So, all right. One more jump to Jita.
Warp drive active.
Alright, and there goes the spamming.
Warp drive active. Docking permission requested. Docking request accepted.
Alright. Let's throw this here, and let's throw this here. Let's stack these babies up. Let's view market details. $3.62, 3.8. Yeah, 3.8, which is still way above. Way above. So let's go ahead and sell that baby. Here's the Orca, 1.8 billion. Alright, so let's sell. Immediate 3.8, 27 million. Okay. Deal. Alright, now let's see. We need alright, so we need Knox, and we need 50,000. 994.3. 49 million. All right. So that, yeah, so the 27 didn't even cover that. And then we need Zidrine. Zidrine, we need, let's say, 25. $44 million. Ouch. So there's already 94 million. And megasites. 12.6, let's say 13. Yeah, so there's 150 million. So yes, I probably did not break even because of the 150 million I just spent on minerals. But if I had mined it all, not technically free, but would have worked out. So let's throw you in there, and you in there, and you in there. And I think we're good. I don't think I need anything else, do I? I don't think so. All right, let's go. We'll stop in Hogamo on the way back. Check before you go. What do you want me to check? Oh, you know what? I didn't look at these. Well, 94, we're good there. 340,000, we're good there. 1 million, we got 10 million. 340,000, we got 170 million. Yeah, we should be good for all the others. I think so. I think so. These ones use a lot of minerals, but these guys are good. So, yep. 121 times 3. Yep. So we should be good. Yep. 437. I got 26 million. 1 million 5. I've got 10 million. So that's going to be 4.5 million. So that's going to cut a big chunk out of that. And yeah, I got 174 million trit. So that's not going to be a problem. So yes, looks like I got it all. I wouldn't be shocked. You know what? Let's check the carbon fibers because that's a good one. So 810. So let's get my calculator back out. 810 times 3. Equals. All right, so that's M4. Set. All right. And then 360. Add. And 630. All right, 3420. So I have 2520. I'll be damned. I'm 1,000 short. Good catch, Skibitar. Good catch. Good catch. Good catch. That would have really pissed me off. All right, cool. All right. Sometime when I run to Jeet, I need a shopping list. Yeah, I do too. And I jot them down on my notepad. But as we were talking about yesterday, I think before you got in, I can't always read what I write on my notepad. So sometimes it doesn't quite work out.
Warp drive active.
Which is pretty bad. Man, he's on fire. Narcos is doing quite a bit of PvP today and knocking people out. I think he's still on silent mode, but which frankly takes away from his stream. Because I think the thing I enjoy most about a Narcos' stream is when he's PvPing, hearing how animated he gets. When he loses, when he wins. He's a very animated guy. And so when he's silent, you know, you miss out on all that. So I still haven't heard exactly why he's doing the silent treatment, but I'm sure we'll figure it out sometime. So I'm going to bring these back, which means I should be able to get these other ones started. So yeah, with the 150 million and the 100 million it's going to cost me to build the Orca, I will not break even with the half price. But that's because I bought the minerals. If I hadn't bought the minerals, I was way ahead. So now granted, they still cost, but if I don't buy them, for me, it's like it didn't cost me anything because I mine them with you guys, and that's always fun. And so I count that as a freebie. So good morning, drachenhort. Good to see you this morning. Dragon no SK. Freaking bots. I think the worst part is when they actually get me to respond to them. Before I realize it's a bot. Damn it. Hate that. Alright, let's see. We're all charged up. Why won't you tell me if I'm charged up? Yep. My phone will not tell me if I'm charged up or not. So. But yeah, sorry, drachenhort, you came in the same time as a bot. Sorry about that. Great to see you, buddy. Great to see you. We're making the final supply run for the Orca. We're going to put the last items in the oven. We've got 4 PI items for broadcast nodes that we are currently building over on our other character. And they'll be done in about 4 hours. Actually, it should be right at 4 hours. Actually, that's not quite true. It probably is going to be longer than that because it's got to build them. It's got to build the items, which is taking an hour. So yeah, I think it's going to be 2 hours for each. So no, it's all good, drachenhort. I didn't want it to take away from my exuberation from seeing you come into the stream. I really appreciate you being here. Really appreciate you being here. So what's going on with that one? I really need to use the same. I think I'm going to have to consolidate stuff and start using the same overlay for everything. I think that'll be easier. Because otherwise I got to keep updating them, which is crazy. Work almost finished. So I haven't put it in the oven yet, but the parts are almost finished. And so once the parts are finished, I'll put it in the oven and it'll be done 9 days. But all the work for it is done. Or almost done. So I'm working on the last set of PI. Unfortunately, silly me, I didn't log on again yesterday evening after downtime and fix the PI, or otherwise they probably would be fixed now. But Yeah, so that's a long baking cake. So yeah, that's a long baking cake. But yeah, it looks like it's at 1.8 billion right now in JITA. So what you could do is you could buy a bunch of them and drive the price down. So then you get, you'll get it even less.
Warp drive.
But yeah, the fact that I had to buy these minerals, the Nox, the Zidrine, and the Megasite, I will not break even on the half price. But if I didn't have to buy them, I would definitely break even. So that just means for the next one, I gotta mine more. Find some more Empire belts. Find some more Empire belts. But yeah, so that's gonna work out. No. Don't worry about that. No. That's not a problem. It's still gonna, yeah, it's still more than profitable. Like I said, I won't make a profit on it, but the good nature of it is the bigger part. So, but yes, don't worry about that.
Warp drive.
But yes, an
active.
Orca is a big cake to bake. Great man, good to see ya. One of the largest cakes to bake. Need a really big oven. Really big oven. Which I remember back in the days when they wouldn't let you bake them in high sec. So at least that's a positive. But yeah, I forgot to check. I think my avalanche has just over a day. So yeah, just over a day on that one. We're gonna get all these other ones put in here, so they're all ready when these nodes are done. Yeah, the nodes are probably gonna take, like I said, probably somewhere between 4 to 8 hours. I think it's 2 hours per node because it's got to wait on the components. Since there's two runs per. So yeah, so that kind of sucks. Alright, I'm going to leave those there because I already have 175 million trit in Venolin. So I'm not worried about it. Way too much trit. Alright.
Warp drive active.
So we're cooking with gas. I gotta run the ore hauler back. Trying to decide if I want to run the ore hauler back or if I want to take an epithal to haul back all that PI. I'll have to think about that one. Gate stamp camp status looks clean, so maybe we'll run back there and do a mission. I need to build up my Gallente. I need to do a bunch of missions for that guy. Unfortunately, they're low-level missions, so mostly just wasting time. So I bake small cakes mostly. Biggest I did was Nighthawks and porpoises. Yep. Yeah, I think the porpoise was the largest. I did an Orca once before, so that's not quite true. That was years and years ago. And like I said, that was in wormhole space because we weren't allowed to build it in high sec back then. But yeah, prior to this, actively, recent activity, porpoise was the largest I did. What's up, Neko? I normally bake the smaller ones. The Pro Raider is my go-to. That's what makes me the most money. So, yep. And that's what I'm going to be doing. Yeah, distro missions. But yeah, my Gallente is down at negative 0.76. If it gets to negative 1, they might start firing on me, which I don't want. And so 4.5 hours and I'm 31. 31. Oh my lord. Yeah, I remember you telling me it was your birthday coming up, but you didn't say it was your 31st. I mean, that's not even a birthday worth counting. I mean, come on. You're still a young buck. I've probably got socks that are older than you. Probably got socks that are older than you. Yep. Get you some beer. That's a good one. Yep. Well, happy early birthday, Neko, in case I don't see you. But yeah, we're excited for you, buddy. They're all worth celebrating. But yeah, I think what I did is after 31, I just started saying they were all 31. So. All right, so let's go back out here. All right, and go to blueprints. We're in capital. Cargo bay. Bingo. So start. Cargo bay. Start. Cargo bay. Start. Sensor cluster. We need the nodes. Ship maintenance bay. Start. Now if we go back to the sensor cluster, the only thing we're missing is the nodes. Awesome sauce. Awesome sauce. Alright, so that gets that done. Alright, I need to take this cryos back to Kogamo. So, do I want to take the epithal? Do I have an epithal? I don't have an epithal. Well, you know what we might do? Maybe we'll build an epithal there. Because that would work out a little bit better. I think that's what we're going to do. Because I don't have one here anyway. Yeah, I don't have one here anyway. Alright, cool. So those are all in. Yeah, we're gonna have a problem. I'm gonna have to come back for that, but that's okay. We can do that. All right, let's jump to Hogamo. I could actually jump back for that, but I want to bring all that PI back anyway, so that won't be a problem. But yeah, happy early birthday, Neko. Appreciate you. 31. Oh. I don't think I can remember. 30 was actually a tough one. 30 was a tough one. And 50 was a tough one. So I can almost buy and fit a Proteus again. There you go. Wow, did you see the clip of the guy that just dropped 500 billion in broker fees on a botched Plex sale? Oh no. Oh no, that sucks. That sucks. 50 billion in broker fees? Oh no. Surely CCP's gonna cover that. Yeah, right. Surely CCP's gonna cover that. Yeah. I'm not gonna hold my breath on that. I had not seen that, Lego. He sold the Plex for 5 billion per instead of 5 million per. Ow. Ow, ow, ow. Yeah, and those broker fees you don't get back. Honestly, he should have seen the broker fees. He obviously had more money than he knew what to do with. If they charged him 50 billion in broker fees. Thanks, Lego. I'll definitely check it out after the stream. Yeah, I bet he's fuming. Yeah, so CCP's definitely not going to cover that. That's his own. They give you like 3 different screens. Are you sure? Are you really sure? Are you really sure?
Docking request accepted.
Which I understand gets irritating after a while, and sometimes you fly past them. But I'm not doing any kind of $1 billion transaction, so Pulled it out of his corp. Oh no, that's even worse. That's even worse. Oh, that's even worse. Oh, that's even worse. Yeah, somebody in the corp's gonna be super pissed at him. Well, that's all right. They got nothing but time to make some more money. No big deal. No big deal. Piece of cake. Alright, so let's check. In Junsort, do we have an epithal? We do have an epithal blueprint. See that? Freaking Jerry Can is taking care of us. Oh, ads are on. So speaking of that, let's see if we can get that one going. EPPIT, there it is. Epithal and Junsor. Do we have enough resources? We do have enough resources. Boom, bam, bing. Hour and 32. That's pretty good. It'll be ready for the end of the stream. Awesome sauce. Awesome sauce. All right. So anyway, we don't need to go there. Let's go to Ufine. Gate camp still looks like it's clear. So let's do it. Oh no, it's not the ads. Yeah, sorry about the ads. Almonxy, good to see you, buddy. Yeah, sorry about the ads. Necessary evil of streamers. So these guys have been talking to me about Kick. And I have not checked into it yet, but it is something to look into. Because the 7 cents I make per stream on ads is really hard to give up. Really hard to give up. Especially considering the frustration it gives you guys. No. Because that's sickening. That's sickening. Oh, excuse me. Twitch clips. I'm literally the dumbest Eve pilot. I don't know about that. I don't know about that, but I will definitely check that one out. Thanks, Lego, for that.
Warp drive active.
Oh. I haven't seen Jackson in a couple weeks. No, I just threw one in the oven. I don't have one in Ufine. And so Jerry Can, being the mind reader that he is, realized that I was going to need one, and so yeah, I had a BP there. No big deal. What's up, people? Good to see you, tanknbake. Tanknbake. But yeah, I just picked up all my low sec PI earlier on the stream. Actually, I didn't do it on stream because it's low sec, but and so I need to get it back to Venelin, so yeah. And that's the end of the ads. So welcome back. Sorry about that. Welcome, tanknbake. You probably didn't hear me earlier because of the ads. Sorry about that. But yeah, good to see you. We're just running around, doing what Eve is best known for. Many jumps. Good way to get gangs. Streaming PI transport. Yeah, that's all right. They got to catch me first. So, which was not in any way, shape, or form a challenge to any griefers out there. Okay? If that's the way you heard it, then that's your misunderstanding, not mine. But yeah, that would be the icing on the cake, though, Tank, because I did not stream picking it up in low sec because it's all low sec PI. I didn't stream picking it up in low sec, but I am streaming transporting it, and that would probably be when they'd get me. So yeah, when it would have been way easier for them to get me in low sec. So. And I was pretty nervous because there were a lot of people in that low sec system. Surprisingly, there's like never anybody in there, and there were a lot of people this morning. So, but yeah, it's all the part of the circle of life. So if that's what it takes to keep them going, then that's okay. The nice thing about PI is I'll wait another week and there'll be a bunch more in there. So, you know, no big deal. So, clench factor 5,000. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Anytime I go into low sec anymore, it got to the point where like every time I jumped into low sec, I got killed, and so yeah, I've been pretty gun shy lately, but I couldn't turn down the low sec PI. So my one brand new guy, I created him just for PI. He does more PI in one low sec system than all 4 of my other tunes combined. Oh yeah.
Warp drive active.
So yeah. I was thinking of bringing up my 2 alts. They both have epithols. Oh yeah, no worries, Al. Yeah, I got one there. I'm building one, so I would have needed one sooner or later anyway. So, but thanks for the offer. Appreciate it. Deluge's FTW built enough of them for all my alts PI. Yeah, that was the other reason for building the Avalanche, but I don't want to run the Avalanche back and forth on that long route. So, and actually, the Avalanche was just so I could check it off the list as, okay, now I got a freighter. But yeah.
Warp drive active.
Actually, I need to go out here and fly Kragan around so he gets his 3 jumps. He gets his 3 jumps. Gets his 3 jumps. Yeah, I can sit in an Avalanche, but can't fly it effectively, so I haven't got one yet. Yeah. Yeah, it was the first one I put in the oven. It's been in the oven for, I think, 9 days. So, but the Orca will probably go in the oven later today. Might be tonight. So it might be after downtime. It's going to be close. I might be able to get it in right before downtime, but it's got a 9-day bake cycle as well. So, but that one's already slated for scimitar. So. And then we'll kind of decide from there if we're going to build another one. Ugh. What else? Hell, I need to go back to mining to get my ore minerals back up and go back to building ships. Yeah, building ships that's how I make all my money, so that's the only way to go.
Warp drive active.
Only way to go. And actually, now that you mention it, drachenhort, I think I might have a deluge. Now that you mention it. I think I have one in Venolin. Here, let's search. Delug. Let's try that one. Yep. Nope, I just have the blueprint. Never mind. Thought I built one, but maybe not.
Warp drive
I could have swore I built one. Jump back to Euphine. That'll give me my 3 jumps. Heck, we'll go out mine a little bit. Make a little love. Get down tonight. So yeah, I'm through the tough part of the journey, so Not that you can't get ganked just about anywhere nowadays, but... Yep. Got to reprocess all the ores and loot to high-sec combat. Yep. Yeah, that's where I get a lot of mine, is from reprocessing the loot.
Warp drive active.
Kind of amazing how much you can get that way. I used to buy the loot off the market, but then everybody got wind of that, and so that became less profitable. So now I just do my own missions and collect all the loot and recycle it that way. So yeah. Plus, that was always such a pain in the rear end to go pick it all up. It was like, ugh. Alright, Kragan's out here. So let's fly Kragan to an asteroid belt. Just pick one at random. Pick one at random. Nah, do combat anomalies when not mining and stockpile it. There you go. There you go. Problem with the combat anomalies is I found the salvage is not really that good on the combat anomalies. You get the loot, which isn't that horrible, but yeah, the combat anomalies, they don't give as good a salvage as the missions. So I'm also going to start raking NPC haulers. There you go. I've heard that's profitable. I haven't tried that one.
Warp drive active.
Oop, crap. I'm getting attacked by rats. Not paying attention. Which is my middle name. I reprocess 95% of the loot from the L4s and anomalies to keep my mineral stock. Yep, great man, that's what I do as well. Makes a huge difference. Makes a huge difference. Alright, I'm back in Fiend.
Warp drive active.
Uneventful. Return. We'll salvage these guys up. Let's see if we can find a mineral to... What do we want to mine? Let's mine you. You. Yeah, watched a dude named Wolf something doing it earlier. He made 300 million a day off it. Wow, that's pretty good. Can't beat that. Yeah, I used to do all my level 4s when I did them. I haven't done a level 4 in forever, but yeah. Yeah, I knew what you meant. Ganking instead of ranking. I knew what you meant. Yeah, I've heard the NPC haulers are pretty profitable, so... Seriously? Nope, that's not the one.
Docking permission requested.
Alright. Made it back to you, fiends. All in one piece. All in one piece.
Accepted.
Let me go do this mission. Finish the mission. Collect those points. Put the rock transport in my hangar. Agent missions, find expert distribution. That's not the one I wanted. Yeah, that's not right. Why'd you go to any faction? I want Gallente. You remember the previous one. Aha. That's the one I want. There's actually two of them there. No, that's not the one I want. This is the one I want. Egonomics is where I'm at now. Egonics. I definitely want to get the status up with them, so. Thanks, Tank. Easy completion. Whenever the daily is 50 LP, I'll run level 4s and share 2 missions. Yep, there you go.
Warp drive active.
Yeah, I think we did that one day where we had the fleet all set up for the mining fleet, and I did an L4, and everybody in the fleet got over 50 LP to complete it. So yeah, that's the only one where you can fleet to do it, which is kind of nice, but. All right, so yeah, that one's done. All right.
Warp drive active.
Ugh. Yeah, I like running the missions to get it. The problem is, I think it also splits your
Permission requested.
standings
Request
boost,
accepted.
which kind of hurts me because I'm trying to boost my standings, but it wasn't. I mean, it's giving me 0.00000001, so half of that's really not that big of a difference, you know. So, well, crap. Of course it is. Asteroids depleted. Oh, there's another one. Stop. Yeah. But yeah, I got it. I'm good. I'm good. Return. Yeah, I got 17,000. Surely I got my. Yes, I did. I'm gonna wait and get the 50 LP as well. Okay, let's pick up these guys. Roach. Might as well pick up the loot. Sorry, I'm mining over on the other window. I need to go back. Mission's been playing since 2016. The best I can do is level 2. Yeah, see, I've got a level 4 Caldari Navy, and I swear by that guy. I've done so many missions for them, and I got so many LP with them. I don't even know what to spend it on. It's kind of crazy. I really need to spend them. Alright, let's accept this guy. What's he going to give me? 108. Perfect for just 2 of us. Perfect for just 2 of us. Won't cover anything more than that. But perfect for 2 of us. Just the 2 of us. Oh, I don't have the music on. How come you guys didn't tell me I don't have the music on? Well, that's totally uncool. Sorry about that. Now the music's on, so you guys should hear the music. Let me know if you don't hear it. God, you guys went an hour and a half without it. Busy fingernailing, no mining. There you go. Yeah, I understand that. Probably get better not to have the music distracting you. Maybe what we'll do is we'll run a bunch of missions for this guy, see if we can get our status up.
Warp drive active.
Pump, pump, pump. A lot of hostiles and newts tonight. Yeah, that's always fun. The newts are actually more nerve-wracking for me because you don't know if they're hostile. At least with the hostiles, you're not gonna get surprised by them usually. Call me a relic, call me what you will. Say I'm old fashioned, say I'm over the hill. Ain't got the same soul. I like that old time of rock and roll. Bob Seger. I reminisce about the days of old. That old time of rock and roll. Bum, 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 bum. There's a saxophone. Love me some saxophone. Really kind of regretting that I didn't bring my saxophone with me, though the humidity here would have probably killed it. So, but getting some ochre from an anomaly. Oh, no, yeah, ochre would be awesome. Ochre would be awesome. Set destination. Start. Complete. Yes, split. Alright, so his dailies are done. Claim, claim, claim. I'll send him back. What's going on with Kragan? Oh. Not paying attention over here to Kragan, which is not unusual. So he's got 4 out of the 5. Is that right? That can't be right. No. He got 3 out of the 5. And then got the 10,000, which was the 4th. Okay. Somebody's trying to call me. Hate when they do that. Always try and call me through Facebook. It's actually our engineer, so he's probably trying to call my wife. But yeah, this Anam is 1 AU off the gate, though, so got to keep my finger on the trigger. Yeah, exactly. That one's a little too close for comfort. Alright, let's dock this baby up. Alright.
Warp drive active.
And actually, I'm going to go ahead and leave the fleet. Because that way I can get the bonuses all for myself. Gotta clock in. No worries, tank. Ugh. My back itches.
Warp drive active.
I'm lost and I'm found, and I'm hungry like the wolf. Hungry like the silver wolf. Kind of my theme song. You know, if I was a PvPer, this would be like awesome, but kind of hard to say hungry like the silver wolf and then go and get killed. You know, just doesn't have the same ring. Doesn't have the same ring. Alright.
Warp drive active.
So ergonomics 2.6. I think I gotta get the 3. Hopefully it's only 3. I think I gotta get the 3 in order to get this level 3
Docking permission
agent.
requested. Docking request accepted.
It's weird because it's not raising my Gallente, which is kind of sucky, but if I do enough missions for him, they'll give me a storyline. I have 15 ligature analyzed BPC. Any suggestions on how best to sell them? I would go to one of the trade hubs and sell them via contract. Probably one each. Unfortunately, that makes a lot of contracts. So, all right. So what's it? I need a standing of 3. I'm at 2.6. Okay, cool. Let's see if we can get another one from this guy. Oh, cold as ice. You're as cold as ice. You're willing to sacrifice our love. There's actually another station here that has another one. I could probably try and do them both. Let's see. Double up. Combined impetus. This is the one.
Warp drive active.
Digging for gold. You're going away. A fortune and feelings, but someday you'll pay. Abigail, what are you doing? She's trying to shove her nose under the door. Her mother must be down there talking to somebody. My brother-in-law's not here, so maybe she's on the phone. Actually, she is on the phone. The engineer just tried to call her.
Docking permission requested. Docking request accepted.
I hadn't thought of that. I built one from data sites over time, but can't see ever building a lot of them. Yeah. That's the other one. You could actually build the items and try to sell those, but honestly, probably I don't know which would be better, to be honest. So Eufiend's really close. I'll say set destination, accept, and pick these guys up. That's a nice thing about these level 2s. I can do 2 of them at the same time. So yeah, you might check and see if there's any out there on the contracts. Do a contract search for it. And if there are some out there, then that means that they do sell. If they're not, it might be better to build the items and sell those. You can actually sell those on the market. So, but yeah, there's probably a lot of people like you that are like, yeah, I only needed one of them. So you did see a bunch. Okay, so that means they sell. So that's good. So yeah, you could probably 280 million. What's up, Night Shadow? Good to see ya. Yeah, see, that's not a bad price. That's not a bad price at all. What's going on, old man? Yeah, I resemble that remark. I resemble that remark. Yes, I know. And as somebody said the other day, my music also proves how old I am. So if you build them, not sure what the mats cost or your industry skills. Yeah, if you build them, they will come.
Requested. Docking request accepted.
Yeah, I'd probably just sell the blueprints. That way you ain't got to build nothing and you can still, especially 280. Oof. Can't beat that. Can't beat that. Crap. Which one is this? Start conversation. That's it. Complete. All right. Where are we at? Federal freight. Yeah, I'm not doing a level 1. 280 is for the... Oh, 280 is for the module. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I would check what the BP sell for. BP is 500K. Yeah. That's what I saw. Yeah.
Warp drive active.
Crazy on you. Bow. Yeah, so that's a huge difference, the 500K versus the 280 million. So that might be worth building them. They are only 3 runs each. Yeah, but even then, 280 per. Yeah, it might be worth it. I don't know what it costs you to build them, but yeah, you might be able to make a pretty good profit on it.
Warp drive active.
I'm gonna do it all right. There's nothing left to do tonight. I would price it to see what it costs you per one, to see if it's worth it. That's how I usually make my stuff. Like the Pro Raider. I build the Pro Raider for about 80 million and I sell it for 150, 160. I think I've gotten as much as 170 for the Pro Raider. So, depending on how the market's swinging.
Warp drive active.
No. And if it's low, I just sit on them and wait. I can always use them. So, I got like 3 characters that need a Pro Raider at the moment. So, I think that's probably what I'm going to do after I finish up Scimitar's Orca. Is build some Pro Raiders for my characters that need them.
Warp drive active.
Yeah, so only 500,000 for the BPs. Might be worth building them. Go crazy, crazy on you. 280 million, that's a pretty good module. Clear running stream.
Active.
With your sweet flowing love. Let's see what we got. We got a level 3 Federal Navy. Federal Administration. There's our level 2 that we've been working on.
Docking permission requested. Docking request accepted.
Heart. Crazy on you. Bow, 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 bow. Alright, 0.084. So 262. I got 0.02. So 0.02. I need 0.4. So that's 5 to get 1 times 4. So that's 20 missions. A lot of missions. And for every 13, I'll get a storyline. Yeah, so we'll run those. We'll run those. See what we can get. See what we can get.
Warp drive active.
Oh. Journey. Journey. Faithfully. Until I meet my son. Wheels go round and round all my life. Restless hearts speak alone tonight. Sending all my love, I don't know why. They say that the road ain't no place to start a family. The line has been you and me. Yeah, 280 million times 3. You said they're 3 runs each. That's almost $1 billion right there. Not bad. Now, like I said, it depends on what it costs you to build them, but might be worth it.
Warp drive active.
Ever yours, faithfully. Circus lights under the big top world. We all need the clowns to make us smile.
Warp drive active.
Through space and time, always another show. Wondering where I am, lost without you. And being apart ain't easy on this love affair. Two strangers learn to fall in love again. That's what I forgot to do when I was in Venelin. I needed to pick up my blueprints that I invented. Bring them back to Venelin so I could build them. Damn it. Oh well. We're going to run this PI back there when that's done, so that won't be a problem. Avalanche just over a day. Epithal's still got an hour.
Docking permission
Rest of them got
requested.
about a day.
Accepted.
And like I said, the nodes I think was going to be about 8 hours. So, GraysonTruth, what's up? How you doing? Good to see ya. Just running some missions, trying to get my status up. My oh, that's a good one. That's in the same system. Man, you can't beat that. Can't beat that. Talk about easy peasy. CaptRiker, good to see you, buddy.
Warp drive active.
So yeah, running some distro missions, trying to get my status up. My Gallente status has fallen to a semi-dangerous level. I'm not at -1, but I'm approaching -1. So we do a lot of mining ops here in Gallente space. I don't want them to start shooting at me. So
Docking permission requested.
So using the time to get it built back up. Should have like, I don't know, 5 or 6, maybe less missions before they give me a storyline, which hopefully will improve it drastically, but makes it real easy when they're in the same system though. Level 4 distribution. What is my standing? That's the power of love. Oh yeah. 2. Way low. Rich like cream. Stronger than Harlem. How does that work? Getting shot at because of standing. If your standing gets down to -1, the faction will shoot at you. They'll first start giving you warnings, telling you that you're a criminal and you don't belong there. And
active.
Anything above -1, you're okay. But unfortunately, I do a lot of Caldari missions, which always negatively impact Gallente. So, and then our mining ops are in Gallente space. So yeah, I gotta keep them balanced. The other way to handle it would be to do the epic arc for Sisters of Eve, and that one would also do it. I could select Gallente at the end But that's like 30 some missions, so I always try to save that for when it gets really bad. So you get a negative standing by doing missions or by shooting at them or different things. Your standings are affected by everything you do. So when I do a mission for Caldari, they may have me shoot at Gallente ships, which will then give me a negative for Gallente. So it's all about balancing it out. So 52 missions. You're right, Night Shadow. Yeah. So yeah, even worse. So. But yeah, when you do missions for one faction, it almost always will negatively affect others. Now, you can, if you do the combat, it's usually against, not all of them. They'll do it against pirates, which negative against the pirates is not a bad thing. So, but yeah. But yeah, the only one I have severe negatives is, so I did finish. Yeah, you can do that, I think, once every 3 months. They changed it from once every 6 months to once every 3 months. And so that's kind of nice.
Warp drive active.
Don't take fame. Sorry for the singing. When I listen to music, I can't help but sing. But yeah, the sisters one you can actually redo every 3 months. So that's kind of nice. Can I drop a link for GraysonTruth? Give me a second.
Docking permission requested. Docking request accepted.
There you go. You should be able to drop it now. Security missions for one faction usually net negative standing towards their enemies. Yep. Yep. And even the storyline missions. So I was getting storyline missions. I was getting storyline missions for one. And that was causing negative for another one, which I didn't think would happen, but it did. I got a group of cattle. There you go. Yep. Thanks, Night Shadow. Appreciate it. Alright. This one's closer. A fortune and feelings, but someday you'll pay. But yeah, standings are everything, so. But yeah, the -1 is really the critical one. So you'll see, like when you're in Jita or one of the other trade hubs, there's a bunch of messages that pop up because people that are below -1 are coming into the system. So Concord is telling them, hey, you're not welcome here. That's kind of their warning. So is it players of the faction or NPCs in the region they are in that would shoot you? NPCs. Yeah, NPCs. For players to shoot at you, they either have to be gankers, which is common. Not that common if you're in high sec. Or you'd have to be, if you're doing faction warfare or if you're, things of that nature. They would have to be red to you. And so they should show up red to you. So I'm 2 more SOE epic arcs away from having 5-0 rep with all 4. Man, that's awesome, CaptRiker. Yeah, I bet it has. Yeah. I gave up. Where am I at? So, and so I'm actually lower. I was at 9 something for Caldari State, trying to get to 10. And it just got to the point where it just wasn't worth it because it was taking way too long. So, but it's been a while since I've done any for Caldari, so, which is why I'm kind of surprised my Gallente's been suffering. So,
drive active.
Under the skill set social, race connections and social. Yep. Yeah, so if you do those, So in here in your skills, blah, 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 under social, yeah, you want your connections and you want your social. And actually, my social's not. We need to add that baby in there. That baby up there. But yes, diplomacy, I think, is another one. That's hostile agents. That doesn't really work out. That gets you better pay. Yeah, so distribution connections. That's one I really need to do. So that loyalty point gain, I really don't need loyalty point gain. But every little bit helps. So, but thanks, Scimitar. Yeah, I thought I had mine both that way, so. Social, I have connections at 5. I didn't have social at 5. And it's so close, it's really, I don't know why I didn't. Come sail away, Sticks. Got to be free.
Docking request accepted.
That's ahead of me. All right, now this is always the key, as I'm not sure which one's which. So I am in Haley, so no, that's not the one. Lord, Lord, I try. Carry on. I don't do L4 missions that involve a standing hit on any main faction. Yeah, I try that. I always want to do them with the rats. But, yeah, it doesn't always work out that way. So the ones that have hurt me lately have been the storylines. Because I really hate to pass up a storyline. And I've had storylines that I've gotten for Caldari that negatively affected Gallente, and it didn't tell me when I accepted it that it was going to. It wasn't until I got out there and I realized they were Gallente ships. And it was funny because I'm doing distribution missions. It was for a distribution agent, but it was a combat mission. So 8 days left on Wing Command 5. There you go. There you go. Genius plus 12's good. Yeah, that's awesome. The high-tech data chips I need are selling at 4 million each. Need 50 each. 3 high-tech units for each module. Comes to 300 million a build. Yeah, so that's not worth it. Yeah, in that case, just sell the things. Are the high-tech data chips, are those PI? Because if so, I might be able to build them for you. Oh, you always pass the storyline? Okay, yeah, I always hate to pass the storyline because they usually give a bigger jump. But yeah, I've been doing a level 4 mission here for the loyalty points. And I didn't realize it was Caldari. Even though I'm in Gallente space, it was for a Caldari corp. And so then when it gave me the storyline, it gave me for Caldari. Yeah, high-tech data chips. Let me see. Ah. I always do that. Huh. Well, that's weird. High-tech transmitters, the only ones there. There's the high-tech data chip. So no, it's not something you can build. So yeah, that sucks. So yeah, I just sell the blueprints then, Al. The one thing about Eve is read before you click. Click, click, yeah. I think when I did go back and read it, it did mention down in the fine print something about Gallente. I think the last one I did was, there's a bunch of miners throwing a fit, and we need you to go out there and show them who's boss. And I think it had down at the bottom something about him being Gallente, which I didn't pay attention to. So I'm a guy. We don't read stuff. We don't read the freaking directions.
Warp drive active.
Oh, that they were angels, much to my surprise. Pictures come in handy. Yeah, there you go. Yeah. You know, it's amazing you say that because I think Jerry Can has told me that multiple times. There's the Gallente logo right there. Like, hindsight's always 20/20, you know? Hindsight's always 20/20. Sail away with me. Level 4 security. Federal administration. I love going on a mission and blowing up the thing I need in my cargo hold, then off the market and buy them. Yeah, been there, done that. Been there, done that.
Warp drive active.
Yeah, that's always classic. That's always classic. That's always classic. That's always classic. Where are we at? This is the guy I want. So 2.67. So that actually jumped me higher. I was only expecting to be at 2.66. So a little bit of a secondary fraction got me up. So maybe it won't be 20 missions. Tell me only this.
Warp drive active.
For always, and you want me by your side. Abigail, what are you doing? Dog's got her nose under the door. Maybe mom's cooking. Maybe that's what she smells. So our plan today after the stream is to go back to the municipality and try and convince them of the error of their ways, which I am not... What's the word? I'm not confident that's going to work. But so yeah, I don't think I told you guys. So we actually reached when my wife stopped by the consulting company that handles these kind of things, and they pretty much told her that they cannot handle this type of thing. We have to handle the paperwork ourselves, but then they will handle my permanent residency. And so yeah, hopeful, optimistic, all they got to do is give us the form with their seal on it, and they are requiring outrageous requirements to give me. My middle name is wrong on our marriage certificate that's filed here in the Philippines. We were married in America, and it is correct on our American marriage certificate. But when they took that marriage certificate and translated it to a Philippine document, which is required for everything here, they changed my name to my middle name to my mother's maiden name, because that's how the Filipinos do it. And so now I have to get that changed back because I can't get my permanent residency because the name on my Filipino marriage certificate does not match the name on my passport. And they are being a major pain in the rear end about it. The latest requirement was that they needed the birth certificate of my father to prove that I truly was named after him. Yeah, well, the Chicago people said...
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks for the follow, GraysonTruth. The Chicago people, when we called them, they said, yeah, we can fix it, no problem. You just got to get this form from your municipality. And she told us that's going to be a problem because, it's really the only power they have, so they're going to require some pretty stringent things from you. So just bear with them and give them what they want. And I'm like, okay. And unfortunately, they have, like I said, they want my father's birth certificate to prove that I truly am named after him, which I told them, well, my father wasn't a senior when he was born. He didn't become a senior until I was born.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Would it be easier to legally change your name to what's on the paperwork? Yeah, that's a good question, Skivatar. I wondered about that. I really did. I really did. Because I'm like, it might be. It might be. Other than I'd have to get another passport, which that's a big problem here in the Philippines. So yeah, we had our passports renewed right before we left America so that we wouldn't have to worry about that. So I got it. It's good for 10 years. So yeah, if I change my name, I'd have to do that. I mean, it's just been a nightmare.
Docking permission requested.
I mean, my wife's name has actually got a spelling error. And it's an obvious spelling error.
Docking request accepted.
And they still are requiring the birth certificate of her mother and all her siblings. And I'm just like, you got to be freaking kidding me. It's like one piece of information is not enough for them to accept that, oh, okay, yeah, we see the problem. We'll take care of it. No, that's not enough. And I'm just like, and of course, biting my tongue is not something I'm normally really good at. So that's been a challenge. So yeah, we're going to try and do that this afternoon. And so yeah, so that should be interesting. But yeah,
Active.
c'est la vie. Start an LLC, register assumed name for the business. Yeah, that wouldn't get me my permanent residency though. It's got to be in my name. So all right, Laren Bumps is really close. But yeah, it is what it is. 35 minutes. It is what it is. Yeah, the permanent residency. Did I freeze? You might have to refresh.
Docking request accepted.
Sometimes it does that. I'm good here. And my bandwidth is actually doing much better today than normal. So yeah, it might be something on your side or it might be something on Twitch. All right, I'm at 2.7. Woo! Already made 1 point just while we were talking. Oh, look at this. This one's here in Billy too. Man, this is so easy. Did I freeze for everybody? One. Which is funny. I've been doing distribution level 2. Why did it give me a distribution level 1?
Docking request accepted.
I don't know. 20 to 30 seconds. Yeah, so I froze for all of it. Yeah, it must be a Twitch thing. I didn't freeze here. Bum, 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 bum. Complete. All right, let's go get another one. Yeah, so there's a storyline. So that might, I got to check it out. So this is a pro raider, blockade runner. My favorite ship in the game. So I'm doing level 2 missions, trying to build up to a level 3 agent here. And get my status up so then I could start doing level 4s for Gallente. So, sorry, ads are on.
Docking permission requested. Docking request accepted.
Bum, bum, bum. Heartbreaker, dream maker, love taker, don't you mess around with me.
Warp drive
Heartbreaker.
active.
Alright, so if we look at this one. Federal Intelligence, Gallente. So it actually is Gallente. So that should raise me quite a bit with Gallente, which would be nice. So we might go do that one. Yep. Nice and easy. Nice and easy. They just don't. I like the combat missions because they got a lot more action. I like the action. Sometimes it's good to get the blood pressure up a little bit. And I usually do the level 4s in my Macarel, so I don't have too many problems with them.
Docking permission requested. Docking request accepted.
Bum, 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 bum. Yeah, there's a level 4. Ba-bum.
Warp drive active.
But yeah, I probably should be more like, what's his face? Night Shadow, and not do the, or whoever it was that said it, not do the storylines. But yeah, this one storyline may correct a good chunk of my negative 76, so. .76, so. At least get me away from the threshold. Get me back to -5 or something would be good.
Warp drive
I agree with that.
active.
If you're trying to keep standings managed, yep. Yeah, the one that gets me upset is that it gives me distribution storylines, which is great. But sometimes they still require combat, which is where you end up taking the hit with the other
Docking
faction.
permission requested.
So yeah, that.
Docking request accepted.
Plus, I usually have to switch out to another ship. That's this one. I haven't really read this one to see what. Like you guys said, reading is fundamental. When together that we. A few days ago, one of those parties, the type, they shoot full of sims and start to drive, just go on and start to. So transport goods, piece of cake. So that's what I'm talking about. That's a distribution mission. That makes sense. So that's not going to negatively affect anybody. But that was the other one. The last one I did showed it was a distribution mission.
Warp drive active.
It was a level 4 distribution mission, but it was a combat mission. I had to kill, I had to blow people up, which of course turned out to be Gallente. So rogue miners. But yeah, I should have just canceled it.
Warp drive
And this one's a
active.
pretty easy one. I just take it. It's it. The station it needs to be dropped on is in the same system. So, baba boom, baba bing. 7-4, man. We're moving like a bat out of hell. All right, let's look at our Gallente.
Docking permission requested. Docking request accepted.
Negative 76. All right. We'll see how much this makes a difference. May I live forever.
Warp drive active.
So the one thing I've always wondered. So I get the storyline offer, which happens every 13 missions. If I don't accept it or talk to them or anything and I keep doing missions, do those go to the next one? Or do they just get lost until I complete this one and then the counter starts over?
Accepted.
I've never kept track of them enough to actually figure it out. Abigail. All right, let's see what this one does. Got to be the easiest storyline I've ever done. So, 22 others. All right, let's see what we got. Bum, 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 bum. Still 0.76. Even though it did give me a 0.08 improvement. So did it just not refresh? Maybe it didn't refresh. Let me undock and see if it refreshes. 6 days accepted before. Yeah, they do give you 6 days, but I'm wondering about that counter. So if I did another 13 missions before I accepted it, once I did that one, would it give me another one right away? Or does it not start the counter for the 13 missions until after you actually do the storyline? Yeah. So it shows me here that it gave me a positive 0.083, but it didn't change my standings. Which is crap. Which is just ridiculous. Alright, let's go here. Bum, 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 bum. Where the heck is he? Alright. You can't stack storylines. There you go. I think if you refuse, you have to run 16 minutes to get the next storyline. Okay. I don't think the counter starts until you completed the current storyline. Yeah, that's what I was thinking, Lego. I was kind of hoping, because like there, I got offered it. I think I did 3 more missions. So those 3 are wasted on the counter. So, but it's all good. Actually, let me check. I didn't check my standings with the corp. I'm looking for ego. I really wish there was a way to frickin'... Yeah, so that one's still 274. But didn't improve that one at all. So that's okay. But yeah. What's up, Booga?
Active.
Appreciate ya. If you're not following Booga, definitely give him a follow. With that, I've had many storylines lined up because I didn't want to deny or accept them. Like 5 to 6 of them, yeah. Yeah, I'm the same way. I'd rather they expire than decline them. It's same effect, but... So you were able to get multiple at the same time? Because I didn't realize that. Because I've never had more than one offered at the same time. I probably just haven't done 13 missions, so... The standings hit against the corp is better than the faction, especially for level 1s. Sorry, I missed that one, Night Shadow. And the standings hit against the corp is better than the faction, especially for level 1s, where you always have to access them. Yeah. You can decline one every 4 hours and multiple. You can stack burners that way. Yep. I put buy orders in for the high-tech devices. Maybe I'll get some for a reasonable price. There you go.
Warp drive active.
Worth a try, Al. Worth a try. Yeah, those things that are only drops, they're kind of crappy because if you can build it, then it controls the price a little better. When it's only a drop, the price just keeps going up and up and up and up, depending on demand.
Permission requested. Docking request accepted.
Oh, my love with you. Sorry, guys, I'm a hopeless romantic. Yeah, so I'll definitely have to get off here right at my stop time or the wife will be furious. Which is not unusual. Those of you that are married, you know what I mean. And a dog lover too. There you go. Yep. Yep. Right, Abigail? Right. You want to come say hi to Uncle Al? Huh? You want to come say hi to Uncle Al? Huh? She's over there with her nose under the door. Mom must be cooking. Mom dropped her off a little while ago. Not sure what she's up to. Oh, my Lord. I'm expecting a delivery today. I'm kind of hopeful that they stop by. Yep. You want to say hi to Uncle Al? Come here. Come here. Come here. I want to roll over top of you. Yeah. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. My pretty girl. My pretty girl. My pretty girl. Yes, I see you. Mwah. Yes, I see you. Yes, I see you. 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 Yes, what are you up to? You want to go see your mommy is what you want. Yeah, mommy dropped you off here for a reason. Yeah, mommy's obviously up to something. She's up to something. After 25 years of gaming, sometimes together, she knows not to expect me off the game at any time. There you go. Yeah, see, mine's not a gamer. She doesn't understand the appeal of gaming. She thinks it's a waste of time. Mwah. Say hi, Uncle Al. Hi, Uncle Al. Yeah, and I mean, don't get me wrong, she's a shopper. It isn't a game, it's life. There you go. She's a shopper, and I feel the exact same way about shopping, you know? Shopping's a necessary evil. My goal is always, how quickly can I get in the store, get what I need, and get out? She will go shopping for 12 hours and buy nothing, which I think is the definition of waste of time. So, good girl, yeah. Yeah, I can't complain because she doesn't buy anything. But when she wants me to go with her, that's when I have to draw the line. And yeah, I don't see sitting around for 12 hours holding your purse as a good time. That's not going to be fun for me. I'm going to be miserable. Tell her you'll go buy her a Coach purse and should buy you at least a month of under it. Yeah, if only. If only. She's got several Coach purses and several other even more expensive ones. She's a big purses, shoes, and now lately she's come into perfume is her new one. So, yeah. Mine goes out to bingo. No thanks. Yeah, yeah. At least bingo I can understand, you know. It's not the most entertaining, but at least you got something to do, you know. But that probably keeps her busy for several hours. Yeah, when I'm really in the doghouse, I usually have to go shopping with her, and that's it. Yeah, mine too. And she shipped all of her shoes from America to here in the Philippines. You know, I wasn't allowed to bring 90% of my stuff, but she brought all of her shoes, several of which she's never worn. She's owned for, you know, over 10 years and hasn't worn yet. So, no, we didn't do a container. We sent them in boxes. So they have something they call a buy-on box. And they bring those up for $100. And whatever you can fit in it, whether it's full of feathers or whether it's full of lead, it's $100. And we send 41 of those. So, and to Lair. So, yeah. Which, out of the 41, I think like 4 of them were mine. Or 4 of them had stuff in it that was mine, so. We used to run a bingo game, couldn't stand it. She did it for 25 years. I couldn't handle the 2 years I was there. There you go. That one actually worked out pretty good.
Drive active.
But yeah, 41 boxes we sent to the Philippines. So, $100 a box. Sounds to me like she owes you at least 10 alt accounts. Yeah. Well, that's the other problem. Now with my retirement income, we gotta watch those alt accounts because that wasn't in the budget. We're actually living well under our budget. Very cheap here. Very cheap here. Which is kind of misleading. So, but yeah. I mean, perfect example. I have a full house, 4-bedroom, 2-bath house. Our rent is $300 a month, and that's where we're living until our house is built. And I'm going to build a fully designed, single-story house, probably almost 2,000 square feet, or around 100,000 US. Get her mining for you so you can flex. There you go. Oh God, I couldn't imagine her playing. Yeah. Her idea of a game is she has this paint by number thing she does on her phone while we're watching TV. That's her idea of a game. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we're living the dream. So, yeah, we're living the dream. We gave up a lot of convenience to come here to the Philippines, but it was worth it. It was worth it. It's very relaxed. I've been more relaxed than I've been in my entire life. It's well worth that. So there's another level 3. What is my standing with this guy? Yeah, not even close. All right. But yeah, we're pretty happy. And she's back with her family. So she was in America for 18 years. So she's really enjoying being back with her family. Actually, we want this guy. All right. So yeah, we're loving it. We're loving it. Like I said, other than the paperwork issues, there's a lot of red tape here. Normally, you can bribe your way through it, but the municipality is the one place where they will not accept bribes. I guess it's the first place that they're trying to crack down on the corruption. So they have literally signs like every 5 feet that said no gifts, no bribes, no. And so, because I actually said that to my wife, I said, what's it going to cost me to fix this? I just want to fix it. What's it going to cost me? Do I need to buy the guy lunch? What's it going to cost me? And then she pointed at the sign. Of course, the one guy we need works in a place that they won't let me bribe. Not a big bribe guy. Always prefer to do it the right way, but these guys... I mean, even when I explain logically to them, okay, well, my father's birth certificate's not going to help us because he wasn't a senior when he was born. He wasn't a senior until I was born. And you already have my birth certificate that shows his full name and my full name. So, what's the problem? Oh, yeah, well, we need another one. Well, there probably isn't another one. So they were like, of course, my father's passed. So they said, what about his death certificate? So that's the other thing I said. He's passed. So they're like, oh, can't you get his driver's license? He's passed. All that stuff was destroyed when he died, 7, 8 years ago. And I said, and they're like, what about his death certificate? Well, it turns out his death certificate is handwritten, which they won't accept. And it doesn't have his name fully spelled out. It only has his middle initial. Which that's the problem, is my middle name is wrong. And I'm like, okay, that's not going to work. But we have a couple other documents that are not what I would call official. But they have his name fully printed out. And we're going to try those. But yeah, it's been a nightmare. But yeah, that's really the only negative. It's just when something goes wrong, trying to get the paperwork taken care of. I think we talked about this on an earlier one, but you probably didn't hear this one, Night Shadow. But I mean, our electric bill is less than $100 a month, and we run the air conditioner 24/7, 365, like nonstop. I have air conditioners in 2 rooms, our bedroom and my office, and they are running nonstop. And my electric bill in Kansas City was $300 to $400 a month. And so yeah, that's huge. And electric is really the most expensive one here. But my point, for our electric bill, there's a date that you can pay the electric bill. Like, let's say September 6th. We get the bill August 31st. It says to pay it by September 6th. If you go on September 5th and try and pay it, they'll take your money, but they won't credit it to your electric. And then what'll happen is on the 7th, your electric will get disconnected. And then when you call them and say, why did it get disconnected? I paid this on the 5th. They were like, oh, well, you're not supposed to pay it on the 5th. You're supposed to pay it on the 6th. If you don't pay it on the exact day when it's due, it doesn't get credited to your account correctly. And then, of course, they'll research it and they'll turn it back on. But that's the way it works here. It's just kind of senseless, It's like, come on. So you can't pay your bills early because they won't get credited right.
Docking permission requested.
And the same problem with the water. Our water is $5 a month. That's what our water costs us. Yeah, I know. And that's what I was like. One day. One day? You guys can't remember from one day? You're like, well, I don't think they're using a computer system. So that's where the problem comes in. So you don't have much time to complete this mission. All right. How far away is it? It's okay. 28 minutes. All right, we'll do it. But the levee was dry. 28 minutes, piece of cake. I'm gonna get going. No worries, Al. Have a good one. Let me know if anybody takes you up on that buy order. I'll actually check and see if I have any. I may have some. I'd have them in Ventolin, but I'll check. Here's $500. Never shut my water off again. Right. And that's the thing, because when it happens, it's like, how come we don't have any water? I don't know. And so then, and of course they won't talk to me, because technically the water's not in my name. It's not even in my wife's name. Since we're renting the house, it's in the guy who owns the house's name. But we're the ones who pay it. So, which is the other thing that would never happen in America. Because the landlord's like, hell no, you're not putting that in my name. That way you can take off and leave the bill. Of course, the bill's $5 a month for water. Now, we do have two separate waters. We have water that comes to the house, and we have drinking water. But I think the drinking water runs us about $10 a month. I'm sorry?
Engineer is here.
He's here?
Yeah, because he called me on the way to Imelda, and he wanna see the place. So I said, okay, Archie and Cynthia will meet you in the Jollibee, but just park the car here. And
Okay,
then,
well, I want to go with him as well.
you wanna come?
Yeah,
But you're
that's all right. Well,
No, I think maybe because he's not eating yet, so maybe I'll bring him to the KFC
okay.
or Jollibee. So we will,
Yeah, take him out to lunch.
and then you come back. We will come back.
That sounds good.
Okay.
Perfect.
Okay, bye.
All right, love you. You got Abigail. All right. So change your plans. As you guys have become aware, here in the Philippines, no plans are set in stone until you actually execute them. It's like a huge military campaign, Plans only last until the first shot is fired. Here, same way. So now it turns out our engineer is here in San Juan, Batangas, and wants to see our lot. Didn't tell us that, of course, but so instead of going to the municipality today, we're actually going to run him over to the lot and show him that. My wife's going to take him out to lunch first, so I can finish the stream, and then once we finish the stream, we'll go with him out to the lot. So that'll be pretty cool. So maybe I'll actually get some pictures today, because I keep forgetting to get pictures of the lot. Very happy with the lot. Very happy with the lot. Nice, large, rectangular lot. Our house is going to fit on it perfect. We got lots of room for fruit trees and for garden plants and whatever we want. It's going to be a beautiful place. So, but yeah, I definitely want to get some pictures prior to it, to the building starting. So, and every time I go there, I get distracted by all the things going on, and I always forget to get the pictures. So I will get some pictures today and put them out on Discord. So if you guys aren't on the Discord, go ahead and join my Discord. And yes, you guys are all welcome. Our house, we're building it with a whole guest suite. So we're going to have 2 guest bedrooms. So for visitors. So yes. So you guys always have a place to stay if you come to the Philippines.
Docking request accepted.
So yeah. That's a standing order. So we are outside Manila. I am actually in the province. We're in the province that's just south of Manila called Batangas. And so it's much quieter here. A little too quiet, to be perfectly honest. But, yes, you guys always have a place to stay, so. Alright. Can break that Satan spell. 278. Well, that didn't go up very much. Alright. So yeah, you guys get out there on the Discord. I'll put some pictures out there. I will remember the pictures today, I promise. I know I've said that 15 times, but... But yeah, we're hoping to break ground in October is when we're hoping to break ground. Unfortunately, we're working on some paperwork with the lot as well, so that's another
We'll come
one.
back.
Okay.
Come back in an hour, okay?
Okay. I love you. All right. So yeah, she's going to take him out to lunch. So yeah, Night Shadow, you probably haven't heard that one, but we had our house designed by an architect while we were still in America. It wasn't an American architect, it was a Filipino architect. And then we came here and we started, I got an hour bonus time, yeah. Not quite bonus. I have an hour and a half roughly that I would normally stream. So yeah, so she's probably going to cut me a little short, but that's okay. But yeah, we had it designed by an architect, Filipino architect, while we were still in America, which was great because we were still working, allowed us to pay for that, keep that separate from the house build. Push the limits like a normal husband, yeah. I've learned in almost 20 years that she's not a good limit person, but yes. And she says an hour, but I know how she talks, so we'll probably be fine. So. But anyway, so we had it designed by this architect, and we thought he did a good job. You know, I'm not an engineer, but he gave us the documents. When we got here to the Philippines, he gave us the physical documents. Yeah, there you go. And so he gave us the physical documents. I sent them out to construction places to get them to give me a bid on the build. And we got a whole bunch of bids, and they all came in really high. Way higher than I was expecting. And I'm like, what the hell's going on? This isn't right. But they never said a word about the plans. They just gave me really high bids. So then we ran into this guy who's an engineer, and we sent him the plans, and he called us back right away and said, you know, there's a problem with your plans. These are not right. And it turns out the guy had, I guess, designed it so that it's a single story, a bungalow. He had designed the structure, the columns and the beams, as if he was building a skyscraper, which is why all the estimates came back super high. But not a single one of them mentioned that, hey, this isn't right. They just said, okay, here's the price. And based on how he had it designed, that was the price, because he had it designed way too heavy duty for what we were building. And so we ended up having to have it completely redesigned by this guy, which was the other ironic part, because our architect charged us quite a bit of money to design it, less than, of course, an American architect. And it took him a year to design it. Yeah. And this guy, he designed it in 3 weeks for about a fifth of the price. So we got robbed on the price. We got robbed that it wasn't right. We got robbed on the time. So yeah. So my wife and I, we watched that social catfish online on YouTube. And we kind of laugh at the people because they're getting, catfish for the romance scams. And we were like, yeah, we probably shouldn't laugh at them anymore because we kind of got scammed too. By our architect. That guy's Yelp review is going to suck. Yeah, unfortunately, they don't do Yelp here. And that was the other thing I think that irritated me. Hey! So my wife contacted him because we were struggling whether we were going to contact him or not. Because I figured, okay, he took us. Let's just leave it at that, you know.
Warp drive active.
And so my wife actually we discussed it on the stream, and everybody said no, contact him, contact him. So my wife reached out to him because he's Filipino. And when she told him there was a problem with the plans, he was not surprised. And I'm like, all right, that's it. I've lost all respect, you know. So yeah, I was looking for Yelp, but they don't have Yelp, so. But we did tell the guy that had suggested him to us about it. And so that he doesn't suggest him to anyone else. But yeah, what are you gonna do? Yeah. That happens a lot here. And from the perspective of it, because there's no legal ramifications. There's nothing you can do, you know. We've actually had people here, some vloggers that we watch, where they've actually got a lawyer and had the lawyer check out the architect. And it turns out they got scammed by the architect and the lawyer because they were both crooks. So that's one of the problems here. I don't say a problem because you can find good people. Our engineer here is yeah, you got time. Exactly. And that's exactly it. It's like it's not worth losing any more hair over. So, but yeah, the engineer. It's hard to find somebody truly honest. And so when we found this guy, we've been really happy with him. But yeah, he was like right out of the boat before anything else. He's like, hey, there's a problem with these. Yep. That's where I want to be. That's one of the reasons we want to build, is so that it's, you know, I don't have anything to worry about. It's all taken care of. Because even with the rent, the guy we're renting from is a great guy, you know, the landlord, and but he wants to sell the place. So if somebody comes and offers him today to buy it, we're out on the street tomorrow. And so no questions asked. There's no contract or anything like that, you know. It's kind of like, you know, we're renting it indefinitely until he sells it or we move somewhere else. So, but yeah, let the Western, yeah, that's exactly it. That's one of the reasons I left the West, was to get away from that crap. So yeah, it's got its own problems, but they're much easier to deal with than the Western stuff. So,
drive active.
But yeah, we're, like I said, I am super happy. In fact, my wife asks me at least once a week, "Are you okay here?" Like, yeah, more than okay. Living the dream, because we're living way less than we planned. And yeah, now that we've got a good engineer, we've met his building crew, and we're really happy with them. So, and this guy, he only builds 2 houses at a time. And then he designs one while he's building the 2. So that's why we're trying to get on the slate for October, because he's going to complete one in October, and hopefully we'll get on it. But she is. Yeah, she's a really good woman. I really lucked out. She kind of, I tell her all the time, she kind of saved my life. I had an American wife. I have 2 kids to my American wife, who I affectionately refer to as Satan. And yeah, she, after her, my divorce was the worst thing that ever happened. And I don't wish that on anybody. But after her, I was like, yeah, I don't think I want to deal with any women anymore. And so, but I had a buddy that was married to a Filipina, and so he suggested Filipinas. And don't get me wrong, she's a firecracker. But she's my kind of firecracker, so she don't put up with any crap, but she's loyal, which is something I could not find in America. My first wife, she looked at our marriage of 13 years as a transaction. So, saying, "Hey, how much is in your 401k? I get half of that." So, time for me to cash out. The joke was actually on her, though. I think when we got divorced, my 401k was 1/10 of what it is now, and we're living off of it now. So, but yeah. And I dated several American women between my wife and my second wife, my first wife and my second wife. And they were all just the same as my first wife. I just was like, yeah, I don't want to deal with this anymore. It's just not worth it. It was all, what's in it for me? I'm like, but yeah, we had some problems here because so it's common getting wives from the Philippines is very common. But normally, when you get a wife from the Philippines, you get a wife that's much, much younger than you. And my wife is actually 2 years older than me. And so when she had her appointment at the Manila Embassy, the American Embassy in Manila, they actually almost denied her application because she was 2 years older than me. They wanted to know what was wrong with me that I wouldn't get an 18-year-old. And yeah. But I had to give her credit because her answer was, because he loves me. And the guy was like, no, 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 seriously. He can have an 18-year-old. Why would he want a 40-year-old?
Warp drive active.
But yeah, so. But yeah, it's funny. I'm flexible. There you go. Yeah. That's what he said. Is he missing an arm? Is he mentally challenged? What's wrong with him? But yeah, it was also funny too because she was like, we had to prove we had a relationship in order for me to bring her over as a fiance. So they're like, well, do you have anything that proves you have a relationship? And she whips out, I had sent her a card every day for almost 2 years, so a year and a half. And then it was 6 months for us to get the fiance visa. So yeah, for a year and a half, I had sent her a card every day that I wrote on, and that was my thing. And so she brought this whole stack of cards in for a year and a half. And he was like, I only really need one or two. And so then when he took one or two, she was like, I'm going to get those back, right? And he's like, well, no. And she's like, I need those back.
Docking permission.
So you need to make a photocopy or something because you can't keep them. And to this day, she still has every single card I sent her. And so, yeah, so she was pretty proud of that. Best buck a day I ever spent. I think it cost me about $1.50 a day to send the cards first class mail. And yeah, they didn't question our relationship after that. Like, but yeah. But on the same note, her and I talked for 2 years online before she came to America. A year and a half before I actually met her in person. And I thought I knew everything about her. And when she came to live with me in America, oh my Lord, that first year was a doozy. It was drastic culture difference. So, but yeah, just goes to show you really don't know anybody until you actually live with them. So I'm kind of surprised we made it through the first year. But like I said, she's tough. She's tough. But yeah, like I said, I felt like I knew her better than anybody. And oh, hold on a second. I got a delivery. Yes, sir. All right, I'll be right there. Thank you. I'll be right back. I got a delivery. Stay here. Stay here.
Docking permission requested. Docking request accepted.
about? Huh? What are you barking about? Poor guy's just delivering the package. Yes. And of course he delivered it right after your mommy left. Yeah. Actually, we've been craving tacos. And unfortunately, you can't get tacos here. So yeah, we ordered some taco stuff off of the local, what they call Shopee here, which is a local Amazon. And so, yeah, it's kind of funny. Unfortunately, they've delivered one per day. So we got taco shells, we got tortillas, got taco seasoning, and what was the other one? Oh, I think the other one was trash bags. But they delivered one per day. So, yeah, so make your own shells. Yeah, I haven't gotten that, I'm not not engineering, right? My wife is an excellent cook, but yeah, she's never tried that one. But yeah, it figures they would show up right after she leaves.
Docking permission requested.
But oh well. All you have to do is say something and I will send a care package your way. I appreciate it, Scimitar. I may take you up on that. I may take you up on that. Like I said, they have those boxes. Like I said, it's $100 whether you send feathers or whether you send lead. It's $100. And it's by far the cheapest way to send stuff. But yeah, I've never felt, even with my kids, I've never felt like I could ask them to do it. So yeah, I might take you up on that. Unfortunately, any other package is expensive. So any other package is expensive. But yeah. Actually, I should have ran to the bathroom while I was doing that. So I'm gonna once I make this drop off, I'm gonna run to the bathroom quick because the coffee's gone through me like a lead weight. Phone's all charged up. But yeah, it's funny. The same Shopee guy has delivered all 4 of my packages. So yeah, I think they actually stretch it out because I give a tip with each one. Because they don't charge for delivery here. And so it's kind of nice. But, so I give a tip with each one. So I think they stretch it out on purpose. Because they got 4 tips instead of delivering them all at once and only get 1 tip. So I guess I can't blame them. And they deliver everything here by motorcycle. So that's always fun. What? Come here. What are you barking about? You're not supposed to be barking. You're not supposed to be barking. No, you're not. Yes, the guy was just delivering. He's just delivering a package. There's no worries. Yes. Yes, Mommy's going to make tacos.
Docking request accepted.
Yeah, I'm in Texas. I got Louisiana on one side and Mexico on the other. We got spices in the store. Yeah, ironically, the one they haven't delivered yet is the taco seasoning. So yeah, it's like, okay, I could have probably dealt with without the others, but the taco seasoning I kind of need. That's kind of the bare requirement. So yeah. But yeah, go figure. What? Dang, now you're making me want to do Taco Bell run. Yeah, they don't have Taco Bell here. I'm not a huge Taco Bell fan, but if they had a Taco Bell here, I would be there. Because honestly, that's the one thing I'm missing. My wife is a huge Mexican fan. When we were in Kansas City, we would do Mexican like once a week. Which I'm not a huge Mexican fan. But because we were doing it once a week, I kind of got used to it. And now I've been missing it. Hard to can't get a good fajita here. Can't get a good taco here. Mwah. Even a burrito. mean, heck, you can get a burrito at McDonald's, but not at a Filipino McDonald's. You okay? What? What do you see? What do you see? That's Daddy's desk. Yep, that's Daddy's desk. That's Daddy's desk.
Warp drive active.
Let's see where our status is. 283. Ooh, that was a big jump. We're getting there. Seasoning almost on cumin and chili powder. Yep,
Docking
yep.
permission requested.
That's the other thing here. They got all kinds of seasonings, but never the ones I'm looking for.
Docking request
Chimichangas.
accepted.
Yeah, chalupas. I like chalupas too. I've never been a big chimichanga fan. But yeah, the chalupas I like. But yeah, they don't even have Mexican restaurants here. I'm like... In fact, my wife, she actually, when she went to Manila on Tuesday, they ate at a Chinese restaurant, which she was really disappointed in. Which I was kind of like, okay, why? Because it's pretty much the same as Filipino food, you know? It's not much different. And so she was like, no, it was just really bad. She said, I was used to getting Chinese in America. And you know, she said, Filipino food's great here, but all the other food is not. And so I want a rock. There you go. I want a burrito now. There you go. Yep. Yep. There you go. Take the long way home, Super Tramp. You okay? Yeah, you're always barking at the delivery man. Why are you barking at the delivery man? There you go. There you go. Bum, bum, bum.
Warp drive.
I got one of them too. Yeah, yeah. I had an early dinner about 3 p.m., so I am legit hungry. Yep. Yep. Yeah, see, I really, like I said, I wasn't a huge taco fan guy, but we would go and get one of their boxes that has the 12 tacos, you know, the 12 hard-shell tacos, and that would be perfect for us. And so, but yeah, it's like no Taco Bell here.
Docking request accepted.
And definitely not the best tacos. Like I said, my wife, she would always have me going to some new Mexican restaurant. We would have date night on Friday nights. And we would go out to a restaurant. And she would always, on her week, she would always choose Mexican. And so, yeah, so... But yeah, now that I can't have it, now I miss it. So Roger Hodgson toured with an orchestra about 15 years ago. So good. Yep, he can still hit those notes. There you go. Take a trip to the city lights. Take the long way home. Take the long way home.
Warp drive active.
Taco Bell here is open till 1 a.m. Yeah, it's at Kansas City. They were open 24 hours. 24 hours. I remember one night I took some buddies of mine from work and we went to the casino. Kansas City's got a bunch of Indian casinos on the river boats. And so we went to the casino and, you know, I always take like $100 and once I lose it, I'm done. But I'm not much of a gambler, so yeah. So we went to the casino, and when we were done at the casino, they said, "Hey, let's go get some Taco Bell." I'm like, "Okay." So we go through the drive-thru at Taco Bell, and when we get up to the window, we place our order, and then we get to the payment window. The guy sees my hair, and he says, "Hey, I gave you the senior discount." Now, for those of you that know, I'm not old enough to get a senior discount.
Permission requested.
But I just look like I'm old enough to get a senior discount. And I said, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. And they would not stop laughing. And I'm like, what are you guys laughing about? They're like, you just accepted that like no big deal. And I'm like, I said, he could have given me the discount for ugliest man on the planet. It's a discount. I'm definitely going to accept it. I said, I don't give a damn. You know, I didn't ask for it. And they were just like completely floored, like, You should have been offended by that. I'm like, crap that, it's a discount. You don't get offended by a discount. Level 4 distribution. Oh, that's a good one. What the heck is my standing with these guys? 2 level 4 distributions. Oh, man, yeah. Got a long way to go. I can't listen to food talk anymore. My stomach is saying, yes, please. Sorry, sorry, sorry. They won't be laughing when they hit Greytown. Exactly, exactly. Yeah, I started graying at 30, so I was like, yeah, not a big deal. And if they're going to give me a discount because my hair is dark or gray, by all means, I'll be more than happy to take it. Lord knows I've gotten charged more for several other things, so I'll take whatever discount you offer. That's what I said to them. They could give me a discount for ugliest man on the planet. It's still a discount. I'll be happy to take it. Discount is a discount. They would not stop laughing. And I'm like, you guys, they were younger guys. So that's what I said. Yeah, one day you'll understand. One day you'll understand. Life costs too much. Any discount is worth it. Any discount is worth it.
Drive active.
Yeah, that didn't work the way I wanted.
Docking permission requested. Docking request accepted.
But yeah, the younger generation. Youth is wasted on the young. Youth is wasted on the young. Yeah, Brad? Which Brad? Brad Pitt? He's too young to have died.
Warp drive active.
Ads are getting ready to start in a minute. Actually, yeah, once the ads start, that's when I'll run and go to the bathroom. Delp, original Boston singer. There you go. Yeah, a lot of them singers, they went way too early. Way too early. Alright, that ain't right. Remove. There you go. They went, a lot of them singers went way too early. 286. It's really not going up as fast as it should be. 0.39. Yeah, those should be going up a lot faster.
Docking permission requested.
We'll see. I'll try to get to 3 before the wife gets back from lunch.
Docking request accepted.
Wow, 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 wow. Start. A lot of arms. Moving around a lot of arms. Scimitar's online. There it is. Yeah, exactly. Depression is real. Oop, wait.
Warp drive active.
Let's dock here. I'm going to run to the bathroom quick. I'll be right back. No, you stay there. Stay there. Stay there.
Docking permission requested. Docking request accepted.
What are you barking about? Huh? There's no barking. No, there's no barking. No barking. There's no barking. There's no barking. There's no barking. Sure as so. That was going to be further away. There's no barking. Just logged off after moving stuff in. There you go. Someone doesn't like being left alone. Exactly. So you guys heard her? Yeah, she's being a loudmouth. She's obviously feeling better. Obviously feeling better. App order submitted. Gonna hit the drive-through. There you go. Way to go, Lego. I'd have you send me some, but I'm afraid it probably wouldn't be any good by the time it got here. Taco Bell's usually kind of one of those, gotta get it while it's hot. Not a good reheat one. Under control. Welcome back from the ads. Sorry about the ads.
Warp drive active.
That's weird. I was in Billy, right? That's weird. That doesn't make any sense. Billy has a direct link to Amatin, so why didn't it just jump me there? That's weird.
Warp drive active.
Yeah, I don't know why I did that. Abigail's laying down now. She does, yeah, like Jerry Can said, she doesn't like being left by herself.
Accepted.
I think that's this one. Yep. What about love? All right.
Warp drive active.
She's going to be excited. She hasn't been out of the house in quite a while, so it'll be nice to take her to the lot as well. Though she pretty much stays in the car the whole time. We literally can't leave her here by herself, as you just heard. She's a problem that way. Which is funny, because we left her in Kansas City all the time. But here, ever since we got here, She's been kind of a basket case ever since the
Warp
trip,
drive active.
which I can't blame her for. She didn't go to the bathroom for 26 hours, so, which yeah, that would put me in a different kind of state of mind. We tried. The airport had a place for her to go, and she wouldn't go. She's very picky about where she goes, and so. Why it's saying. I don't know why it's saying 3 jumps. Bear eye. There and bumps. And if I go to a Matins, oh no, you fiend. That's right. Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. Okay.
Warp drive
Not too bad, Neko. Good to see you. You getting excited about your birthday? Only a couple hours left. Actually, depending on where you are in the world, it may be your birthday now. Blitz, thanks for the raid, buddy.
FBI, open up!
Good to see you, buddy. How you doing? 3 hours about. There you go. Thanks for the raid. Welcome, Raiders. No worries, bud. You're all good. Give those kids a hug for me. If you guys aren't following Blitz, give Blitz a follow. Good streamer. Does a lot of EVE online. And he's got a lot of kids to feed. So he could always use your support. So, guy is a baby factory. And his poor wife. He probably needs more of the support.
Warp drive active.
Welcome, Raiders. Appreciate you guys. Any friend of Blitz's is a friend of mine. We're just running some distro missions, trying to get my status up to 3 for a Gallente corp. Maybe a sling on her cervix. There you go. Yeah. I told him, I said, you do know what causes that, right? I had done the financial calculation and I had realized that I could afford 2 kids. So after the second one, I went and had that taken care of. So, no, the one I'm doing them for is Egonix. Or Egonix. Yeah, Egonix. And that's where we have our stream corp is based out of Egonix station. So.
Docking permission requested.
So yeah, nothing super fancy like Fed Navy. So Fed Navy always makes me shoot Caldari. I don't want to shoot Caldari. So
Docking permission requested.
yep. Yeah, I'm just doing distro. So
Accepted.
I'm trying to get up to a level 3 agent because these level 2 agents are kind of hacking me off. They don't give enough LP. So. But we are getting close. Where are we at? 288. Yeah, see, it doesn't make any sense because it says I got a 0.026 change. And I was 287 before. So that doesn't make any sense. So it's not a literal one. So yeah, that drives me crazy because it would be nice to figure it out. Alright. Set. That's a 1 jump. So that's an easy one. And at the same time, I have another level 2 agent in the same system, so I'm just doing 2 of them together, so they give me more rats. Over in FinCore, yep. Free core, that's it, free core. Oh. But yeah.
Warp drive active.
Yeah, those are the ones I always like. Unfortunately, I usually have to decline quite a few in order to just get the rat ones. Because there's always 1 or 2 sprinkled in there that are going to be faction. And so then you can only decline 1 every 4 hours, so without taking a hit, so
Docking permission requested. Docking request accepted.
but yeah, I did a lot of Caldari Navy ones, and that's what I did, is I would decline the ones that were against Gallente when I could, and only do the ones against the rats, which would worked out usually pretty good. So Eufine, so that's another 1 jumper. That's another 1 jumper. Laren Bumps and Eufine are right next to each other, so that's going to work out perfect. Alright. I'm at 9.8 rep with Fed Navy. Way to go. Yeah, I got up in the 9s with Caldari Navy. And it was just too much of a grind to try and get the 10, so I didn't bother. And now it's actually down to like 6 because I've been doing so many Gallente. Like 6.9, I think, when we just checked. But yeah, the good old days. I remember grinding missions for Caldari Navy. I got a level 4 Caldari agent, Caldari Navy agent. That's usually whose missions I do for the combat ones. But yeah, I probably should be doing Fed Navy. That probably would work out better.
Warp drive active.
Negative 1.8 Caldari. There you go. Yep. Yeah, you got to be careful. Negative 1, they'll shoot at you. So yeah. Yeah, that's why I'm doing these Gallente ones. My standing with Gallente is negative 0.76. I don't want to get the negative 1.
Docking permission requested.
Because we do, all our mining events are here in Gallente space, so. Oh, they don't shoot to negative 2. Okay. Well, that's cool. I thought it was negative 1. Maybe they changed that. Well, that's cool. That's definitely helpful. Well, then I got plenty of room. I didn't need to do these, but it doesn't hurt. I always like to do the distro missions when we need LP for the dailies, and that works out. So you're on the cusp. Yeah. Well, that's good. I thought it was negative 1. That's why I didn't want to get the negative 1. So why I was trying to catch it before it got too bad. But it was weird. I just did a storyline for Gallente, and it did not raise my Gallente standing, which really hacked me off. Ah, it did. It just didn't refresh right away. So yeah, it's negative 6.9 now. So yeah, so it raised it by 0.07. Yeah, I don't know how it figures all that crap in there, because it says it's 0.08 was to change, but it wasn't 0.08. Oh yeah, thanks for nothing.
Warp drive active.
We didn't start the fire. Billy Joel. I remember sitting in bars with my college buddies singing this song, top of our lungs. Correction, negative 2, only level 1 missions available. Okay. So they don't shoot at you at negative 2? Marilyn Monroe.
Docking permission requested.
Yeah, because if they're not going to shoot at me, I really don't care.
Docking request accepted.
The other way to kind of get your standings up is to do those starter missions. But my goodness. Oh, it's only -5 when they shoot. Oh, well, then that's not a problem. Yeah, I'll never get to -5. Yeah, I'll never get to -5. That's not a problem. Boom for rock around the clock. Einstein, James Dean, Brooklyn's got a winning team. David Crockett, Peter Pan, David Presley, Disneyland, Budapest, Alabama, Khrushchev. Hubble in the Cinewares. It's amazing. You listen to these songs from the 80s and how accurate they were with different things. And so, kind of prophetic. No dose. You know, Ellen Kennedy, Chubby Checker Psycho, Belgians in the Congo. So it's only -5 when they shoot you. Well, hell, then I had nothing to worry about. I always remember when I'm in Jeddah, there's always at least half a dozen messages that pop up saying, such and such, you are not welcome here. And of course, they're always docking at the same station as me, which I'm like, yeah, that's not good. What else do I have to say? It also seems that the standings increases are kind of delayed. Because that one for Gallente didn't pop up for quite a while.
Warp drive active.
So yeah, who knows? I'll probably get to 3-0 before I realize it because it doesn't show me. That's weird. Why is it not showing me? It's not doing it by distance.
Docking permission requested.
Yeah, there they are.
Docking request accepted.
Don't they go with the tick? Probably. Yeah, so probably 20 minutes. You're probably right. Yeah, you're probably right. Note the hasty delivery. I don't care about the hasty delivery. Oh, I didn't want to do that one. Yeah. I want to do the other one first. So yeah, you're probably right. Yeah, so every 20-minute mark, you're probably right. So the engineer's truck is parked outside. I saw that when the delivery guy came. So they must have all jumped in our van. So that's cool. Yeah, it looks like we'll make it. So yeah, I'll be back tomorrow. But I'll be doing.
Thank you.
Thanks for the follow, Vile Plume. Appreciate ya. But yeah, tomorrow we'll be doing RimWorld. So At least that's the plan right now. I may do another Eve stream because Seth is the one who really enjoys the Rim World, and I'm pretty sure he's away. So we may save that till he gets back. Yeah, I enjoy Rim World, but man, I get so engrossed in it that I completely miss everything you guys are saying in the chat. So, but yes, if you guys want RimWorld, I'll be more than happy to do RimWorld. That's what the schedule is for RimWorld tomorrow. So I do Arc on Sunday nights. I do Eve Monday night, Tuesday night, Wednesday night, and then I do RimWorld on Thursday night. So keep up my variety streamer tag. So Project Zomboid's also a good one. Any NPC comes, I enslave them. Yeah. Start conversation. Complete. Awesome sauce. Undock. There's another level 2. But yeah, so yeah, RimWorld is tomorrow. We got a grab ship. And so we're doing the grab ship.
Warp drive active.
And we're desperately in need of some grab panels. So I think tomorrow we're going to have to find grab panels. So we completed a quest, I think, last Friday. And so yeah, so now we need to get some grab panels because we're really hurting on grab panels. So you're my friend now. Enjoy this 2x4 cell and bed. If you are good, I'll install the latrine. There you go. Yeah. RimWorld is classic. RimWorld is classic. But yeah, there's a charity stream that happens in November, right around Thanksgiving time, American time. And I was in it last year. We raised money for Doctors Without Borders, and they do RimWorld. So I usually have to keep my RimWorld numbers up so that they'll consider me for that stream. So, like 37 streamers over the course of 5 days. And I think last year we raised about $400,000 for Doctors Without Borders, which was pretty cool. So, which is a great charity. Do a lot of work in a lot of places. There's another storyline mission. That's not what I wanted. Okay, take a look at this. You know what it is? Yes, it's a rock and a rare mineral actually called... Yeah. Sure. The reason it's a special containment field is that it's fairly radioactive. The shipment over to manufacturers. Okay, cool. So it's just a delivery mission. Not a problem. Alright. That'll get me some more, so yeah.
Warp drive active.
He's awesome. Yeah, there you go. Yeah. Oh, baby, it smells so good. So, yeah, now you're making me jealous because I can't get Taco Bell. And that's the other thing. My wife just took the architect out to lunch. I'm not going to get lunch. I'll have to grab something before we head to the land because otherwise I'll be starving to death. Before we head to the lot. Yeah, thanks, Lego. Appreciate it. I guess my talking about tacos kind of got you in the mood, so my own fault. My own fault. I got taco shells. I got tortillas. I just don't have any taco seasoning yet. Tell her to get you tacos. Yeah, there's no tacos here.
Docking permission requested. Docking request.
No tacos here, unfortunately. Got to make them yourself. Which works out better anyway. So, works out better anyway. Alright, so we're going to complete this one. And then we're going to jump over here to Haley. And we're going to complete that one. It says it's less paint on the can. There you go. I mean, this garbage is nasty. And it is. But
Drive active.
it's a good kind of nasty, you know? We were talking about that the other day. You know, it's a wonder that it's not a wonder that we have so many health problems in America. You know, because of the way we eat. That's one thing I've really noticed here is I feel a lot better because everything's fresh fruit, fresh meat. I mean, they killed a cow, what their version of a cow, not our version of a cow, but they killed a cow and we were eating it the same day.
Warp drive
Cooked it up fresh. I mean, you can't beat that. So, I don't know why I love the Taco Bell Diablo sauce. There you go. Just like Mickey D's shit burgers, but when you get a Big Mac attack, it's like crack. Yep. Have to have it. Yep. And so, yeah. So there's a lot to be said for that. But yeah, but then we wonder why we have so many problems. And it's like, so I'm feeling a lot better here than I've ever felt. Just because the food's so fresh. I literally only eat once a day. And so I have a big lunch. And that pretty much takes care of everything. But yeah, it's funny because it's like everything's so much fresher here. It makes a huge difference. Huge difference. For me, it's the McRib. Yeah, I was never a big McRib fan, but man, they're double cheeseburgers and the French fries. McDonald's French fries, best in the business. That's one thing that is not the same here. We talked about this before. The KFC chicken tastes exactly the same here as it did in America. French fries at McDonald's, not even close. Not even close. I don't know how they screwed it up, but not even close. Not even close. And it was disappointing because McDonald's French fries are the best in the business. So, definitely not the healthiest, but best in the business.
Warp drive active.
And yeah, they just don't taste the same here. Don't taste the same at all. So I keep looking to make sure they're not sneaking up on me. I'm sure we're gonna make it, or we're gonna be really close. So no worries. I just gotta figure out how I'm gonna grab something to eat. Hopefully, she brings me something, which she probably will. She's a really good woman. She'll probably bring me something. I think she said they were going to KFC or something. KFC, man, one of my favorites. We probably do KFC once a week. And like I said, chicken tastes exactly like in America. It is refreshing. Their mashed potatoes, though I used to get a big old mashed potato at KFC in America. Mashed potatoes here are like this big. Like a shot glass of mashed potatoes. I had to buy 4 of them, and it's still not close to the large mashed potato in America. She'll bring you a chicken still alive and kicking. Yeah, that's not unusual either. That's not unusual either. Usually you buy your chicken very fresh. Very fresh.
Warp drive active.
Very fresh. Very fresh. Bad name. Bon Jovi. Bad name. I would get a tub of gravy to dip my chicken in. Yeah, they do give the tub of gravy. They do that. And they love gravy here. I'm not a huge gravy guy, but they love gravy here. That was my wife. She would always get the gravy. And so yeah, it worked out well because I would get my mashed potatoes without the gravy, get the gravy separate, and she'd use the gravy to dip the chicken in. And so it worked out perfect. But yeah, the freshest, butchered and clean right in front of you. Yep, you can't beat that. Same with the pigs. Same with everything here. Like I said, we literally had one of their cows, what they call a carabao. And, I mean, it was killed that morning, butchered, and we had it for dinner that night, or part of it for dinner that night. Which was pretty amazing. Never happened in America. Never. Alright, bingo bongo. So that should increase things a little bit more. Alright, let's find my guy. We got to be getting close with this guy. That's the other problem, though, is that the beef does not taste the same. It is a little different. A little different. Got a different taste. So I'm wondering, because we were planning on doing beef tacos, but since it's not really beef, it's carabao. We'll have to see how that turns out. But they do ground pork here, so I was thinking maybe we do the ground pork, because that's a little bit better. Is that what they feed it? Is that what they feed it? No, the carabao is that's what they call their cows. They got a hump on their back, like a small camel. But yeah, they got a hump on the back. I don't know what the hump is. I don't know if they eat the hump, but yeah. I need to ask that. I didn't see it butchered, so yeah. I don't know if they actually butchered the hump or not. That's kind of a good question. Meat, it's what we caught and cleaned. Exactly. It's what's for dinner. It's what's for dinner. It's what's for dinner. It's what's for dinner. Alright, let's see where we're at.
Warp drive active.
So yeah, we just did 501. So Gallente's negative 0.61. So yeah, we made some progress. We made some progress. Now where is my, there it is. 294. Ah, we're so close. We are so close. 294. Maybe two more. Maybe two more. But I probably have to wait the 20 minutes. Till they actually take effect. If I can do 2 in 20 minutes, that might work. If it's like Mexico, they have a recipe for just about every part of the cow. Yeah, here they do as well. Yeah, here they do as well. They use it all. Nothing goes to waste. Chicken feet is one of my wife's favorite, and I have not been able to bring myself to eat chicken feet yet.
Thank you.
Dev1 God, thanks for the follow.
Docking permission requested.
If and when I get kids and they ask what's for dinner, I'll take them hunting. There you go. Nothing like killing, cleaning, and cooking your own. I mean, I love that with the when we would go fishing. We'd go camping on the side of a lake. We eat whatever we catch. Don't take any food. And the same thing. I remember rabbits and marcier. That one's going to be... Oh, it's only 3. I remember, yeah, rabbits and squirrels. Always ate whatever we killed. And then venison. Venison is the one thing my wife will not eat. Will not eat. Work is almost done. Work is almost done. Work is almost done. Well, yeah, we got to come up with a new building project.
Warp drive active.
Yep. Yeah, we're building it. We build all the parts as well. So that's what we're on now is the parts. The parts are almost done. They'll be done today. And then we'll start the Orca building, and it's a 9-day build. So, yep. Snake is yummy. Yep, snake is good. I enjoy snake. And that's the only way I like snake is cooked over a fire. Because I'm not a snake fan. Not natural. So, build me a Zer Nitra. I don't even know that one. Never even heard of that one. ER. Ah. ITRA. Oh, for crying out loud. Why did you exit? That's the second time that's happened. There's a keystroke, I guess, that somehow causes you to undock. And even though I was in the search box, it didn't seem to care. AIR Trig Dread. Oh yeah, I don't build any of the Trig ships. Yeah. Sir. NITR. Oh, closed the wrong one. You're everything I need. Not that I couldn't. I probably have the skills to build them.
Warp drive active.
I just haven't built any trig ships, so. Yep, I got all the skills. And I build all the components as well. So I probably could build you one. I'll look into it.
Warp drive active.
Great ship. Very much in demand and null. There you go. There you go. I had never heard of it before. Never heard of it before. I want to build one of every ship. That's my goal. The bigger problem is trying to keep track of them. So, but you'll have to build it in low sec. There you go. So that's probably why I won't do it. I don't build in low sec. I barely do my in player owned stations. Okay. Yeah, I barely do my BI in low sec. Every time I go into low sec, somebody jumps me. So. But we have been talking about setting up a station, so we'll see. Yep. I think so. But I'm not positive. I actually had some POS components that I was trying to sell a while back, and they never sold. So I don't know. They may not be. But yeah, that's a good question. That's a good question.
Warp drive active.
All right. They're still not back. Bingo. Can't they fly in wormhole? They probably can fly in wormhole. Yeah, you could do it in wormhole as well. Wouldn't have to be low sec, but. Yeah, so you could do it in either wormhole or low. You just can't do it in high sec. I always build everything in high sec is what I normally do. So. Like I said, every time I go to low sec, somebody jumps me. So.
Warp drive active.
Extra large wormhole. There you go. C6 ratting. They use dreads. Okay. My goal is to craft and fly as Inerta. There you go. There you go. That's a good goal. That's a good goal. Yeah, we had somebody, I think Caviar, Liberta, I think he built a lot of trig ships. He's usually in here somewhere right around the end of my stream, so he should be showing up here shortly. if he's going to show up today. But yeah, he usually comes in and usually the last half hour. I don't know if he watches somebody else and comes in with them, but yeah.
Warp drive active.
When I build it and take it out to fly, I don't care if I die at that point. There you go. Mission accomplished. Mission accomplished. Bum, 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 bum. Yeah, I had never even heard of that one.
Warp drive active.
Alright, where are we at? It's a final 510. Alright. 294. Oh, yep. I'm probably gonna need 2 missions. I just have my caps parked like sports cars in a garage. There you go. There you go. Absolutely melts dread rat spawns. That's cool. Sounds like a good one to have. Sounds like a good one to have. There's my Discorder server. If you guys want to check that out, I'll post some pictures of the land today, the lot.
Warp drive.
Like I said, that's one I've been meaning to do for a while. So, plus it's cleared now, so it actually looks pretty good. And we got the right of way. We improved the right of way, so we put down some. We had them scrape the top layer off, put it on our land because it's really good soil. And then put down what they call backfill, which is kind of like a gravel type of thing, to improve the right of way, so that when the trucks will be able to go on it, or when we start building, hopefully in October. That's the plan. All right, piece of cake. I should have set the. Could have set that one back. Oh well. And I feel alright. I say yeah. Eddie Money. Like a pony. Yeah, tracking these garbage for sure. Subcap, hard to even hit BSs versus cap structures is top DP for dreads. Billy Idol. Is it Billy? I don't think it's Billy Idol. Yep, Billy Idol. You're right. I had that one wrong. Way to go, Night Shadow. Thanks for correcting me. I was thinking it was Eddie Money. That's a different one. I do have some Eddie Money in here. 2 tickets to paradise, I think, is one I have in here. You get most of them. Yeah, it is my playlist, so it kind of makes sense. But yeah, I feel bad when I get one wrong. Sometimes I gotta look. I'm like, on the tip of my tongue. It's hell to get old. Hell to get old. I probably forgot more things than most of you guys even know. So yeah. All useless knowledge, I guarantee. Yeah. Unfortunately, it's the only alternative. It's better than the alternative. So yeah, better than the alternative. I was very blessed. I got to retire at 56. Actually, 57. I'm 57, so 57 I got to retire. And where I've had a lot of people that I work with worked into their 70s, and then they finally retired at 71, 72, and were dead 6 months later. So yeah, I definitely didn't want that. So wanted to at least have a few years where I wasn't working. So almost 55 now. I can feel the Reaper closing in. Yeah. It seems like once you crest that hill, the downhill slope goes a lot faster. Or maybe that's just perspective. Maybe that's just perspective. I have trouble realizing that I've been alive for almost 60 years. It's kind of like,
Warp drive active.
you made a great move, my friend. Yeah, I'm real happy. Real happy. Real happy. It's a huge stress. I had a really stressful job. I was a computer programmer for a mid-level bank in Kansas City. Did that for 25 years. And, yeah, super mental. All mental. And yeah, it was just... So I was really glad to be done with that. Honestly, I wish I'd have retired 5 years earlier, though. Financially, I probably couldn't have swung it. But we're spending way less than I expected, so that worked out. But yeah, it's funny because it's actually turned out a lot better. So I'm gonna just run this one. Baby dolls. That's the first one. Raggedy dolls. Yeah. I like I said, I actually had to convince my wife because she didn't want to give up the freedom and the convenience, but she really missed her family. And then her job, she had a really good job, which was the other problem. And then her job started doing all kinds of nickel and dime stuff to kind of, help their bottom line, but really hurt the employees. And so that really convinced her. So mothership. Yep. Team Mothership. That's a Narcos and what the hell's the other guy's name? There's a bunch of us, but yeah. I think I'm the only non-PvPer on Team Mothership, so most of them are PvPers. So, but yeah, Narco's the team lead for Team Mothership. He's a heavy PvPer. He was actually on PvPing earlier. I think he must have logged off. But yep. But yeah, it's amazing because, yeah, her company started nickel and dime and they took away their desks and they took away their lockers. Just little things, And so she finally she's like, you know what, I'm ready to go. And I'm like, okay, done. Because I've been ready for like 10 years. Where do I sign? Looks like he's playing Mass Effect now. Yeah, he's been switching back and forth. He's on his silent mode. I still don't know what caused him to go on silent mode, but like I said, it kind of takes away from the stream, I think, because when he's playing Eve and he gets jumped or he jumps somebody, he's very, very animated. And so, and that's the fun of the stream, is hearing that him get carried away. I'm a minor indie rat murderer. There you go. There you go. That's me. That's me. That's my claim to fame. That's what I try for. Alright, let's see where we're at. We should be close. Close. Love that I'm feeling. 298. Damn it. Alright, crap. I didn't target him first. 298. Are they back? No, they're not back yet. Abigail's hanging out by the door. I thought maybe they were back. But yeah, when he gets so animated that it's like, that just cracks me up. He's like, oh my god! Oh! And so yeah, but now that he's on silent mode, it's like you don't get that. Hey, what are you barking about? They're not back yet. There's nobody there. There's nobody there. What are you barking about? Oh, they are there. You ready?
The car have a problem. It's in the shop. So we ride in with engineer.
So the van?
Yeah.
Oh, for crying out.
It's the river, something like that. Come on.
Okay.
You done?
I'll be down in a second. All right.
So we will ride it with the engineer.
Okay.
Warp drive.
So yeah, they are here. I was looking for the car. Turns out the van broke down, so she had to put it in the shop. So yep. So yeah, we're really close. Hi, Mrs. Bond. They want to say hi. Come and say hello.
Hello.
Come on. They can't. They can't see you. Kneel down. Kneel down. There you go.
Hello,
There you go.
everybody.
Your floating head. Yeah, your floating head. This is
Okay.
my lovely wife.
Bye-bye.
All right. I'm going to get docked here and I'll be right out. So, yep. So, we're going to call it. Appreciate you guys. Thanks for watching. Let me see who we're going to raid. We would raid a Narcos, but since he's doing Mass Effect. All right. Nth Dimensional's out there. Let's raid Nth Dimensional. I haven't raided him all week. All right. Like I said, I'll be back on tomorrow with RimWorld. So we'll see you guys then. If you guys want to jump on then. Yep, I saw Nth Dimensionals on there. Who's ninth? I didn't see ninth. All right, Nth, that's what you were saying? Yeah. Nth, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, Nth Dimensional. Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and raid him.
Requested.
Yeah, so I appreciate you guys. Thanks for watching. And I will be back tomorrow with some RimWorld. We'll see you then. So, appreciate you guys.
Request accepted.
Dimensional. See if I spelled it right. All right, cool. I got the raid right. All right, we'll see you guys tomorrow. Thanks again. And yeah, check out the Discord. I'll post some pictures of the lot here later today. So, appreciate you guys. Thanks again.